Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Third stream in a very short while, or no, wait. Yeah, sure, let's call it the third stream, even though it's technically the second. Good evening, Thop, welcome. What's the cutoff for today? Well, if you were here all the way to the end last time, you saw that we got up to Route 124. We hope today to beat everything up to and including Tate and Eliza. That's the intent. The cutoff is when it's too late to do anything. That is the long and short of it. I left after the battle where Kingdra died. Okay, then you missed just one battle. I did one battle after, and after that I had to pick up my wife from work, so I didn't really have much more time to do anything anyway. So yeah, hope everyone's been doing well. For me, it's a bit rushed to do this right now. I want to get these out of my system. I am flying for vacation this Saturday, but I'd like to have done all the fights that I have prepared before that point. I think that is understandable, right? You want to get the things out of your system, see where you are, so you can like start fresh once everything is done. So I could start planning lines while I'm on vacation because I like working on that. And like also just not have it take up any mental capacity that I like, oh yeah, no, I need to finish those battles. I need to finish that part of the game. So yeah, that is where we are at right now. Pardon me. I will also, this is the next fight. You can see that right there at the bottom. Where are you going? We're going to Indonesia. So we're going a very large way away. It's the furthest I've traveled, and the first time I'm gonna be in what is effectively not a Western country. Unless you want to count like Turkey, but no. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, that is far. Yeah, no. I believe Agi went there a couple times already, but that is not a fair comparison considering for him it's like comparatively around the corner, right? As an Australian, but yeah. Pardon me. Okay, let's see what I need for this fight. Let's first put all the items in the bag. Okay, I already did that, thank God. We need Wolfric. We need Cyrus to sit this one out. We need Amaris back. We need Kofu. And we are bringing, who am I forgetting? I think that's everyone already. No, that's everyone already. Do you usually need, do you get like new bears automatically? You need to grind for them. You get them automatically. You know what? I might as well show that off a little bit. Let's do that here. You get them automatically, sort of. Over here, there's like a full overview of all the items you can get. I'm just gonna scoot on over to... You're kidding me. How can I do that? Let's try something. Damn it. Okay. Okay, I'll make something work. One sec. It's gonna be a bit ugly, but we'll make it work. Here's the berries. You'll see there are a few locations where you can get those berries at all the times. Labita, thank you. And welcome to the stream. you get berries like at certain intervals, and you get like a bunch of them at once, but you'll never acquire any more. So with citrus berries, you can see there's quite a few. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations where you get them, and you get like, on average, like 25-ish. So let's say that the median you get at every point in time is like, I believe there's a few of these with more than one berry tree. So I think the total you can get is like 300 on average. So like, not necessarily a little amount, but not always enough to just frivolously use them, right? With chesto berries and with cherry berries and with pecha berries and orange berries, yes, you can genuinely do that. Raspberries, person berries, aspberry berries, same. Lepa berries, practically the same. But especially with like the later berries, like the pinch berries that you have at some point, you do need to be a bit more conservative with them. Okay. Oh man, I'm at that point of recovery where I'm like just dry coughing a lot, and it's annoying as shit. I need this, I need that, and I need to go here. I am forgetting someone, and I can't find out who it is. Oh, I'm stupid, it's Raihan. I need Raihan for this fight. And I need to... I will double check this fight as well. I will be doing this a little bit slower. I don't fully trust that I built this to completion. But, like, I should have. And because these are single battles with not a lot of, like, weirdness attached to them. Like you saw with the Aqua Hideout, there's a lot of, like, luck affecting items. Right? There is the quick claws and all that shit. None of that is the case here. The worst thing that you need to be aware of is like abilities, something setting up sticky web, shit like that. Let's see, I need a soft sand on the Maris. I think I just put that away too. Yeah, I did. I have Wolfric, who needs a citrus. The rest all need citruses. Okay, that's easy. You see, I have like 180, so like I don't have like infinite. They could run out, but for all intents and purposes, they shouldn't. And you don't need all of them at all times. Some of them are just to avoid like crit shenanigans and just have risk mitigation, right? I also see that Winona is not on her position. I always annoy about that. I'm always... I don't know, I'm just a bit autistic with that, I guess. There's one more thing I need to do, because I noticed Ingo is gonna use Poison Jab in this fight, and he doesn't have it. Thankfully, Poison Jab is a tutor move. So, generally speaking, you get level up moves, you get the TMs. Some of them will be replaceable at some point, and that point I have already reached. It's mostly like the shock waves and the magical leaf, like the no miss moves and the speed reducing moves. And then there are move tutors, who you can infinitely use, have no resource attached to them. Are TMs one use? Yes. It's just old school TMs. Of course you have HMs, those still like don't expire, but the TMs absolutely do. It's, I think you can best see it as it's a Gen 3 game with Gen 8 mechanics. Asterisk, there's a little bit of exception here and there. And like expertly crafted fights. And an incredibly advanced AI compared to like how the standard game works. If you want like the Run and Bun AI document is, I believe, like 20 pages long. 20 pages long. Exactly. Beyond that, let's see. I have Excadrill written down, but I do need to double check something considering this is a rapid spin. That won't change a thing, at least. No, it won't. Was there anything else I need? I'm gonna double check. Okay, you know what? I'm double checking already. Might as well bring you guys over with me. This one is a little wide. There we go. This is the upcoming fight. It's gonna lead with the Slurpuff, who has a Sticky Web. You kind of want to dodge the Sticky Web if you can, or get rid of it at some point. I can do the former. I can just lead with Sneasler, click Fake Out, and then click Poison Barb boosted Poison Jab to get a kill. At level 81, that's enough. Why do I have him at 82 then? This chat is now a Babita Jeffrey free zone. Hi, Sine Wave. Welcome. It really just becomes the scavenger stream at this point, or the showdown stream, I suppose. Why did I have him at 82? Oh, because I need that here. Yeah. Okay. So we need Sneasler at 82. First off, we're gonna Fake Out, we're gonna Poison Jab, and that kills a Slurpuff. Fake Out, Poison Jab, kills. Next. Do you know who I am? If so, please type your social security number in Thop's DMs. I do know who you are. I'm being a bit scatterbrained at the moment. I know who you are. I'm very well aware of who you are. I just, like... I know the name and I know who it is. I just can't think of it right now, you know? Which is annoying, because sometimes isn't that me? Yes. Yes. I believe you are correct. Computer Wizard 69 420. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. I hate being sick, and I hate recovering from sickness too. Anyway, Fake Out, Poison Jab. Nidoqueen comes in. Nidoqueen sees a slow kill with Earth Power. We go through Gyarados, who at 81 does not do an awful lot against it, but will always bait the Sludge Wave, so we can go to Excadrill, who we have written down as level 80. But he needs to be 82. And have a Soft Sand so that we are faster and we KO the Nidoqueen. Yep. Oh no, I have 82 written down. It's 20 here. What are you guys doing up so late? 20 hours. Yep, it is 8 p.m. if you want to do the American way. Or the English way? Because Brits do that too, right? Use PM AM. Anyway, yeah. It's it's 8:15 in the evening. Earthquake is a guaranteed kill. We see that Azumarill comes in, is one, and he wants to quick. Aqua is 8 p.m. in America right now. Jeff, or is accurate capping? None of the above. I think you just have me confused for being American. He's an American secret base. Yes, I'm an American plans for whatever the fuck it is I'm doing here, I guess. Anyway, we see Azumarill come in, and Azumarill is gonna go for Aqua Jet. Because we do show a kill after Belly Drum, so he always goes for Aqua Jet. We can go through Golisopod. Where is he? Kofu. There you go. What? Why are you leaking his secret, dumbass? Because it's not linked to my actual real life name. Let's just do it that way. Let's just put it that way. Okay, Galis is gonna get emergency exited out, and they trust you. Okay, that's the kinder way of going about it. And we emergency exit out, and we're gonna go back to Sneasler, who with Fake Out and Poison Jab now always kills. As a result, we bait in the Wailord. That is not what I have written down. I've lax it. That lax comes in. Okay. Oh, that's because I go down to -1 defense. Yeah, and therefore Snorlax also sees a kill with Body Slam, which gives me a free switch to Pulse. Or to Golisopod, who can take the Body Slam at all times. Would you love Accurate if he was a worm? I would not love myself if I was a worm. I barely do as is, to be fair, so it's not like... Oh well. That's also an option, actually. Hold up. I have Laxing clicking Body Slam, and I was gonna emergency exit out to Avalugg. I might as well just go back to Sneasler, because the main difference I need... Oh no, I cannot run Life Orb, that was the issue. And the damage combined with Fake Out and CC was not enough, so I go to Avalugg instead. And then... So how would life be? Yeah. Go list emergency, yeah, and then the Avalanche. If there was a Belly Drum, we pivot to Dragapult because he will always Body Slam or Hammer Arm as the Custap is being used. If he didn't, he clicked Hammer, we just Avalanche again because then he will be dead to the second Avalanche. Or not, and then there's like a diverging line, but eventually we can bring in Dragapult to finish him off, and Dragapult can 1v1 the Wailord. He first goes for Water Spout, but we Dragon Darts before he does anything. And then we do another Dragon Darts for the kill. Yeah, no, it checks out. This one is easy. Let's get this fight ready. We need Poison Jab, level 82 on Ingo. Let's first do the leveling. Ingo to 82. We need Amaris on 82. And Kofu, we need to check its experience, because I haven't written down his level 80, because I expected him to be at 80 already. I think he can do 2 more, this entire fight at level 79, so I think I will do that. And it shouldn't matter anyway. Man. Then we need to give items. No wait, I did do the item giving already. Awesome. Then we will be pre-damaging and shit. We pre-damage Amaris to 162. We pre-damage. I sound pretty sick. I am recovering from being ill. I'm at this stage where like the cold is just a nuisance, but not really obstructing. Except when I'm trying to project my voice and have to talk a lot, therefore still straining my throat a bit. So I'm mostly fine, it's a tiny bit of like illness, I suppose. Into pre-damage. Avalok's at 242 for some reason. So you're saying we shouldn't make you yell at us? I would prefer you don't, I guess. I have a glass of water in case I'm getting a sore throat, but... So Jeff should behave. Yeah, keep yourself in check. You should listen to Smee. Smee is a smart one here. Definitely. And the one that tends to be more behaved. I had Avalok pre-damaged with 6 HP. Why was that again? Oh, I think it's so that a hammer arm crit would always put me in citrus range? Is that really what I did? It is! Uh-huh. Yep. Okay, now everything is ready and we should be good to go. Double checking, right lead, right levels. Oh wait, no, I didn't pre-damage Kofu. Pre-damage. Kofu to 127. That's probably a little bit higher now. That's 79. I need to take that Aqua Jet. 211. 127. 21. I need to be lower. Huh. Interesting. So I need to go down to 120. What was that? I go to 106, so I would be down all the way to... I need to go to 104, so 125 instead. Okay. Yeah, not pre-damaging Kofu would be an absolute disaster. That's the numbers I have written down, barring the one on Kofu is adjusted for the level. Yeah, we should be good to go. This is the fight we ended last stream on. And now that's the next one. Once again, Ingo is our lead. Poison Barb, nothing, Citrus, Soft Sand, Citrus, Citrus. I shouldn't be overzealous, so I'm gonna give Misty a Citrus as well. And with that, I did do the poison jab thing. Yep. Okay, then we're ready to go for the first fight of the day. Hey, are you lost at sea? If you can beat my Pokemon, I can serve as your pilot. Why? Why did I go southern? Or whatever the fuck that was. Anyway, Swimmer Cranberry. I guess because Cranberry is a weird-ass fucking name. So this Slurpuff wants to set up a sticky web. It's why we lead with it, and he can also just Misty Explosion on us, which deals a crap load of damage. It has a Focus Satchel, will always live one hit. So we're gonna break the Focus Sash with a Fake Out. That Fake Out ensures that he doesn't do anything this turn. Naturally, that's kind of what Fake Out does. If you've seen any VGC whatsoever, you know that. And then Poison Jab kills the Slurpuff. I'm still faster because Unburden is not active. Crit, whatever. Even without the crit, it would have killed. Ingo gets some experience, and we bait in the Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen here sees a guaranteed kill with Earth Power and Earth Power only. We go to Misty. Misty can take that Earth Power, and very specifically does not bait Blizzard, does not bait Fire Blast, it only baits the stab move of Sludge Wave. We need that so that we can safely switch in Amaris. And Amaris with the Soft Sand equipped. I need to triple check the speed there, because the speed difference is the reason why we can 1v1 the Nidoqueen. The Nidoqueen has a speed of 168. Amaris is at 169, meaning we are 1 point faster. And with the held Soft Sand, Earthquake is a guaranteed one-shot on the Nidoqueen. He does not have anything to mitigate the damage, he just has a Life Orb. She just has a Life Orb. Okay, 2 down. And we're just going down the line, which means that Azumarill comes in. Okay. And Azumarill sees a kill with Aqua Jet. We go to Kofu on the Aqua Jet. Kofu has been pre-damaged, so that Aqua Jet always puts Kofu into emergency exit range. With a crit, we are in teensy tiny bit of trouble, I think, but not particularly. No, we're not. Never mind. This way we can go back to Ingo, who still is holding that poison barb and still has the poison jab. We need to give Ingo 1 extra level here, so that Fake Out plus poison jab was exactly enough to kill, even if everything were to min roll. If we were at 81, it wasn't guaranteed. We take 1 Aqua Jet, and by taking 1 Aqua Jet, we guarantee that Snorlax comes in and sees a kill with Body Slam, even on the min roll of the... Oh wow, wait, seriously? Oh, right, never mind. I was like, wait, did Kofu not level up yet? No, of course not, because that was the first Mon. It's gonna level up after this one. Because Sneasler, Ingo here, now baits Body Slam. Kofu can take 1 critical hit Body Slam at all times. And as a result, switch out again from emergency exit. One of the weird quirks, normally if you heal above 50% again from a Citrus Berry or whatever, your emergency exit does not trigger. It looks at the end of the fight, or at the end of the interaction. But in this game, there's a small bug where Citrus Berries trigger before emergency exit. Before emergency exit is checked, rather. So you do still get the heal, but you also get the swap. That means you can use Kofu's emergency exit twice in a battle, which is why it's one of the best mons in this game. Anyway, we took the Body Slam, and that gives us a free switch in to Wolfric. This is where the line diverges, depending on what this Snorlax does. We are going to Avalanche, because Avalanche either deals the highest amount of damage, or deals enough to where it's done enough in the fight. This was the most likely outcome. Snorlax did see that we could not KO it after a word to Belly Drum, meaning now he is at max attack. At this max attack, Hammer Arm and I believe also Body Slam are seeing a kill. No, it's just Hammer Arm, doesn't even matter. On top of that, Snorlax now is in Gluttony Custab Berry range, meaning he is going to always be faster than the next move you use. This is why we could not go to Ryan at the start, but rather had to do it this way. Raihan can come in on the Custab speed boosted Hammer Arm, because it's a ghost type, and because the Custab is now consumed, Raihan is now faster and is not afraid of the Custab Berry causing Snorlax to outspeed and easily KO it. Dragon Darts kills the Snorlax. And that leaves just one Mon, and that is the Wailord. There's Kofoot level 80. Darn, but couldn't be helped. Wailord. The scary thing about Wailord is that it has two scary moves technically. A Water Gem boosted Water Spout. And Self-Destruct. That last move is why you want to bring in Wailord last. Because if there's no other Mons on the team, the final Mon will never self-destruct. That is the case right here, so we are safe from any self-destruct shenanigans. As for the Water Spout, if you attack first, you mitigate the damage of Water Spout. At full HP, Wailord always sees that Water Spout is the highest damaging move, but it doesn't see that we attack it first, so it doesn't change any move selection. Wouldn't it be useful to have a Water Absorb Mon then? If only that were possible. Run and Bun is very particular in what tools it does and does not give you. It does not give you any ability immunities that you can also get, that you couldn't also get from a type. For example, Levitate is an ability some Mons can have. Water Absorb is not. There's no Mon in the game that you can get that has a Water Absorb. So your best bet is quad resistances or outspeeding or just hoping that does not happen. Crazy. Yeah, and need I remind you? Well, I don't need to remind you, but this is an Emerald ROM hack. The final battle of this entire game is Wallace, a water type champion who will lead as a kind of semi-spoiler with a Primal Kyogre. And in the back, there's a bunch of Swift Swim Mons, including Barraskewda and a Mega Swampert. Yeah. Also, weather doesn't expire. It's permanent rain. And in fact, the Primal Kyogre will not have Primordial Sea. It will just have Drizzle. Just to make that fight harder. It's the only fight where Primal Kyogre shows up, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, actually, but whatever. That's way, way, way in the future. Let's first finish off this Wailord. Dragon Darts, please KO. It doesn't KO in 1, it will KO in 2, but Water Spout's damage has already been halved. And Dragapult on a crit could barely live, would be exactly dead to a max roll crit Water Spout at full HP. He's below half. Nothing to worry about. Is there weather changing tools you can get? Nope. There's no weather changing. There is no there's no weather denial. There is no ability denial. There is no terrain denial. You have to make do. And if you remember, you weren't there for this fight, but the terrain setting abilities are also permanent. So if you have a fight in Misty Terrain, you always have Misty Terrain active for the rest of this fight. Usually those fights though are like not necessarily scary because you know it's coming and tend to plan around it. As best as you can, of course. For example, this is a great seg because now that we've beaten this fight, we go to the next one, and you will see it is a Psychic Terrain team. And because we are aware that it's a Psychic Terrain team, our plan does not involve any fake out shenanigans, and we will keep that, like, we keep in mind that that is something that is coming in our planning. This fight took me probably the longest, aside from like some of the final fights of this one took the longest of the route, is probably what I'm gonna say. There is 2 versions of my plan. It's not the highest number I have reached on that. I believe the highest I have is 7 or 6. It's probably... Actually, now I'm curious. I believe it is Lily Cove Rival, or it is Bridge Rival. Okay, I didn't actually number my versions with that one, but there were so many old IDs on the Bridge Rival fight. Whatever. So, let me bring you guys over. Actually, no, I want to change the music, because I'm always doing the planning and everything with this music in the background, and that's a general question, actually, because I do want to keep the streams, like, as enjoyable as one could. Naturally, you know, that's something you always want to do when you're streaming. And, like, one of the things I often see is, like, different background music, a little bit more specific art. I have neither. I don't know if that's something that I should, like, put some time into, if that's something people prefer. If that's something you'd like, I can, like, for a future stream, try and set that up. You should put rave music as background music. If I were to put background music, I'm gonna put music I would like, and I'm not much a fan of rave music. It would probably be like a mix of lo-fi and calm music, like background music that's probably topical, but not necessarily like purely Pokemon music. It could be like, yeah, but it's gonna be like lo-fi-esque music for me. That's the kind of vibe that I enjoy, and that's kind of vibe that I tend to listen to myself as well. I often have like just general like video game music. Recently, like I came back into contact with Epic Battle Fantasy music. If you haven't played those games, I don't blame you. They're kind of niche, but it's basically a spoof on. It's like old Flash games. It's an old Flash game series. The first 2 are like crude because that was Zero's humor, like early Zero's humor on the internet. But it eventually became like a good RPG, especially the number 4 and number 5 of that series. And the music of that is it's a bit electronic, I'd say, but I don't know. I've always liked those games, and I always just vibe with that music. Repeat the name of the game: Epic Battle Fantasy. It's fuck it, no, I'm gonna look that up now because I want to show that off. Here, Epic Battle Fantasy. Like this game. I don't know if you can fully see it. You cannot. That's the annoying thing because I set this window so different. One sec. I'm gonna use a different view. Calc without plan. That one should actually have a better cutoff. It's visible. It's visible, but it's not fully visible. So I'm gonna use this one real quick to like properly show it. Epic Battle Fantasy. It's basically an RPG series made in Flash. It's made by like one guy, whose insert character is the pirate hat guy, and like on its own, it's not gonna beat any like records on like, oh, this is the greatest game ever, but it's this fun bit of nostalgia for me, and it's just like a well-made game in my eyes, which is why I like I come back to it every now and then. It's a good game series for sure. If you wanna like find just like a fun Flash game, a fun RPG, I believe the Epic Battle Fantasy base version is even free on the Play Store and App Store, the Apple Store. I'm not sure about Apple Store. I know it's on the Google Play Store. So like, highly recommend. The music in this is also just fun. It's, again, not going to be the New World. It's nostalgic for me, but yeah, no, good series of games, for sure. And like the premium version is probably like, when it's on sale, it's like a couple euros, like 5-ish, 4-ish. And it's worth it. Like, in my eyes, it's definitely worth it. I've sunk probably like 100 hours into this game, completionisting it. And I have completionisted it. I believe I have gotten all achievements on Steam. On top of that, I did that again for the free version, barring like the literal final boss, because I don't know, I don't remember why I didn't do it. On my phone, on like the base version on my phone. It's high recommendation. Anyway, this one. This was where we were. Why is this one suddenly different? Let's refresh it. That's probably gonna fix it, right? There we go. It looks a little bit different, but maybe that's just me. Cause let's go look at the next fight. Ori, this should be the last fight before before the Mossdeep gym. We're not gonna get any new encounters in the meantime. That's just kind of, unfortunately, what needs to, the part of the game. We could technically get one, but I want to save it. I want to save it for something specific. Veteran run-a-button players will know what I'm talking about. I will not spoil it. For this fight. So usually you'd be like, okay, well, I see a green color here. That's probably good enough. It isn't in this case because there's a focus sash and a psychic move coming right on back. In my case, I have an idea, and it is this guy at level 84 with a dragon, with a dragon fang, there we go, that beats the Indeedee. We need specifically not Life Orb because that caused some issues. Dragon Fang, Dragon Pulse in this fight is going to be crucial. First off, we're going to see Weavile come in, and we will take the move that Weavile does with Avalugg. Avalugg in general is an incredible wall for Weavile. He never has any moves that can deal too much damage to it. In this case, kind of, because low kick is there, but even then, not enough. Like, triple axle into low kick never kills. We also know that every time Primarina comes in, and this is where the line diverges for me, because we don't know quite what happens. And I need to just take some gambles here. First off, I will be going to Primarina, who is not statused. I don't know why. That would be incorrect, because we do need to paralyze you, I believe. Because I don't need to do anything here, right? I just need her as a pivot once. Yeah, no, okay. So we paralyze Primarina, so we never see Sing. We only ever see Psychic. We can then go to Sharpedo on that Psychic, baiting Draining Kiss. We then go to Salazzle on a Draining Kiss, who can take it even at +1 for quite a while. And then Sludge Bomb, we Encore, we Sludge Bomb, we Sludge Bomb. Three Draining Kisses at +1 will never KO Salazzle, while the Sludge Bombs do. And as a matter of fact, thanks to the Citrus Berry that we hold, and us going to level 85, because we apparently do need to do that. I will double check that. 1, 2, 3. Because Alakazam will always come in after, because he's going to be the one that sees a fast kill. And with a held Citrus Berry, that's only going to be with Expanding Force, giving us another pivot with Sharpedo, baiting Dazzling Gleam. And that is where we can pivot in Golisopod, taking that Dazzling Gleam. Where is Golisopod? There we go. And Golisopod takes it, will never be KO'd by it. And even if we were to pre-damage that, we are in range of the Dazzling Gleam to always put us in emergency exit range. And then we go to Dragapult, who with Dragon Darts KOs the Alakazam, with Dragon Darts KOs the Flapple, and with two Phantom Forces KOs the Slowbro. Or a combination of like Phantom Force and... Why is that so little damage? Oh, because this is all that... This calculator has a little bit of bugs. Can you repeat the name of the game? No, I'm already... I already answered that. Yeah, Phantom Force and Dragon Darts always KO it. Liquidation will never. Okay, no, it looks perfectly safe. It looks like there's nothing that can go wrong. We are in this like little gap in difficulty, like this little divot before it starts ramping up again, because we just beat a boss and we get a new level cap. So we are like just slowly easing ourselves back to where we were. So we need Courtney, we need Wolfric, we need Raihan, and finally we need Roxy. We also need to do some leveling, and we need to get like unequip items. Soft Sand no longer necessary. Citrus Berry we take, and we put on Lana. Poison Barb goes into the bag. Salazzle here also needs one. Kofu needs one. Kofu does not need one. Okay, so we're not going to do that. And then Sharpedo also does not need one. So we're not going to do that. I will do it on Sharpedo because Sharpedo can just use it as a backup item, I guess. Kofu will always trigger it, and we don't need to trigger him use him more than once, so we're not gonna affect it. We're not gonna risk that, basically. Then we step out, go back to the old music, and we start leveling people up. We need Raihan at 84. It's partially to guarantee the kill on the Indeedee. It's partially so that we outspeed the Alakazam, which only happens at 84. Roxy needs to go to 85 to guarantee live everything and do enough damage in return. Lana can stay on 81, that is fine. Wolfric can stay at 81, that's fine. We just need to pre-damage Kofu, and that pre-damage is pretty little. We need to pre-damage Kofu. As always, we need to check which slot he is. Kofu to 202. I will double check that number real quick. 202, because we need to take a Dazzling Gleam at level 80. 202. Dazzling Gleam puts it at 106. That is exactly what we need to be. 202. And we need to pre-paralyze Lana. Pre-para Lana. So that we never see Sing. It's not really important, but it might help us a little bit. That will be the final battle before we start heading into some optionals. We will try to avoid those as best we can, because if we you know, can save experience, that would be a good thing. Raihan, Roxy, Kofu, Lana, Courtney, Wolfric. Wolfric is 81. Was that enough? Yes, I just checked that. What am I doing? That was not the fight we just did. That is the fight we need to do. Now is where we save. Are there any mechanically intense sections where you need to avoid a roaming trainer? Almost. So, avoiding a roaming trainer, no. If you're referring to something like, there's no, obscenely difficult trainer you're gonna run into by doing these optionals. The optionals will always be comparatively very simple. There are some, minor locations where you can kind of have that, where you can, accidentally trigger a double battle when you don't want one to. And vice versa, where you can trigger a single battle where you kind of want a double battle. And both of those do affect, how the fight handles naturally. So, that. I think beyond that, not really, honestly. I'm trying to think about it. It's no more than there is in base Emeralds, I would say. There's arguably even less, because there's a lot more forced fights compared to base Emeralds. Isn't it true that in base Emeralds you need to fight, 3 trainers in total aside from the gym leader? And, some gym trainers? I thought, I don't know if that's the exact number, but it's, shockingly little. I've not played Emerald, so I wouldn't know. Fair enough. I don't know the exact number, but it is shockingly low. For as big as that game is, you'd expect it to, at least go into the 10s, right? It is below 10. I know it's definitely below 10. Of, if you exclude the gyms and exclude, the, story-based fights, such as the, Team Aqua, Team Magma, and gym leaders, gym trainers, Elite Four. If you exclude all of those, and your rival, I believe the amount of forced fights that you need to do beyond that is somewhere around 3. It is insanely low. I believe for that reason that Emerald was also a very popular speedrun game, or at least the Gen 3 games are, because there's very few fights. Emerald is kind of overrated. I think it's... I don't know if I agree with that. I know Emerald is... There's a lot of people that consider Emerald the best mainline game. It's alright though. Okay, no fair. It might be overrated. I think the main thing it draws people to is the fact that it is so it is still light on dialogue but heavy on good proper fighting. I know Pichao considers this base Emeralds as the best base game to Nuzlocke. Because it's so because it's the most interesting to Nuzlocke, something like that. I don't remember the exact wording for him though. It's in one of his recent videos. As for me, what I would consider the best mainline game, it's hard for me, mostly because I'm not really that fond of mainline base games anymore, I think. Like, you can kind of tell with how I've portrayed myself. You cannot really tell from how I've portrayed myself. I think No Fist Special Split feels bad to me, but I think it was really good for its time. That's fair. I think, okay, yeah, no, I do miss Physical Special Split in Gen 3. I am inclined to agree on that, because it just hampers a lot of mons that are just stuck with no stabs. Like, Shiftry, for example, I believe is physically inclined, or a better example would be Feraligatr, right? Who is notoriously not good in gold and silver, but excellent in hard gold, soul silver. Same in like competitive, right? He is mediocre to okay in Gens 2 and 3, and then in Gen 4 he became a lot better, and then he got sheer force in Gen 6, and he just started going way above the others. Up until like recently, where Meganium came back, became a thing. Okay, let's double check my items. Citrus, that is incorrect. This does not need to be citrus. This needs to be Dragon Fang. Okay, thank God I double checked. Dragon Fang, Citrus Berry, nothing. Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry, Citrus Berry. Yeah, most of these are just insurance, I believe. Most of them should just be insurance. Looking at it, why does Wulfric even have a berry? Wulfric does not have a berry written down for him either. I don't need it. It's gonna be wasted anyway. So, you know what? Let's give him like a muscle band, I guess. Okay. Save here once again, because of course I do. And then let's just go. The final required fight before we can get to Mossdeep in theory. Squeaky chair, stop squeaking. What? A monad is a monoid in the category of endofunctors. That has to be custom text, right? That has to be. Aubrey. It seems I disconnected. Am I still live for you guys? I hope I am. I'm gonna wait a little bit while I... Okay, it looks like I'm reconnected again. I did not drop any frames. Okay, we're good to go. Now we're good to go. With the Hell Dragon Fang, the Dragapults on our side, Raihan is going to be able to one-shot the Indeedee, and because Dragon Darts is a multi-hit move, we bypass the Focus Sash that Indeedee has. We cannot use Sucker Punch, we cannot use Fake Out because there's a Psychic Terrain active. Naturally, you can already see it, Indeedee has Psychic Surge. Dragon Darts, number 1. Boop. Number 2. Boop. And a critical hit to boot. Raihan takes a kill. And Raihan is gonna bait in Weavile. Weavile is the only mon on his team that is faster than Raihan and can show a kill. Specifically, he does that with Triple Axle. Wulfric tanks that. One Triple Axle. 2 Triple Axle. 3 Triple Axle. Okay. Then Weavile here is going to click low kick because that's easily the highest damaging move into Avalugg. It's also nowhere near enough. It deals at most 174 HP of damage. We are 208, so we have 34 HP to spare. And Gyro Ball is always a kill, even if we were not to hold the muscle band we gave him last second. Okay, that is a crit. And that shows that even there we were perfectly fine. And that is Weavile down. Honestly, I think we prefer to got crit. We got crit. It doesn't quite matter, but it's probably better. Primarina comes in. Primarina clicks one of 3 random moves. Hyper Voice, Draining Kiss, Psychic. Lana is specially bulky enough to take all of them. And in particular, the Hyper Voice is a water type move because it has Liquid Voice. Not Lana, but their Primarina has it. We have Lana pre-paralyzed. Hyper Voice is probably the most annoying move, but even then it's not really relevant. You can see we take pitiful damage from it. Lana was the mon we chose to use here, but we could have used either of Lana, Misty, or Wallace, so our Gyarados or Milotic would also have worked there, because we only need to take this one move and then bait Psychic. Psychic is now the highest damaging move, and no, not Kofu. We need to go to Courtney, who can take that Psychic guaranteed. It's never going to be Sing because we are paralyzed. It's never going to be Hyper Voice because that is outdamaged by Psychic. It's never going to be Draining Kiss for the exact same reason. Courtney comes in on Psychic for free. There we go. Sharpedo is technically faster, so we could either just hard swap here, like hard switch here. Instead, we're just gonna flip turn. No, I'm gonna stick to my line. There's probably a reason I didn't do that. In any case, what we will see right now is a Hyper Voice. Not a Hyper Voice, is a Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss shows a kill into Sharpedo. That's the only move it can click. Roxy can take that Draining Kiss. Roxy quad resists it, being poison and fire type. So even at +1, that deals at most like 20% without a crit, 30 with. 40 HP, that is a mid-roll. And we have Encore, so we can Encore Primarina to keep click Draining Kiss. To keep him clicking Draining Kiss. And you just do that. You just keep doing that, lass. The one thing I kind of forgot about is that Draining Kiss heals Primarina. But that should not be an issue because I did not see any crits yet. Okay. And now Draining Kiss. No, it's not. It's never an issue. I thought it would be. It's nowhere near it, that. I had forgotten about it in the calc, but not to the point that it's going to be any scarier than it is. I need to stop talking that fast. Anyway, Sludge Bomb, one more, and that's a kill. Primarina down. That is 3 down, 3 to go. And now with Roxy in, there's only one mon that's faster, and that's their Alakazam. And Alakazam sees a kill with one specific move, their Expanding Force. He will never go for anything else other than Expanding Force here because he has Substitute and Recover. Actually, I completely noticed that I didn't do this. So let's fix that. He has Substitute, Recover, Dazzling Gleam, Expanding Force. Dazzling Gleam we quad resist, so we always see Expanding Force. Courtney is a Dark type. Courtney can take an Expanding Force. Then we see Dazzling Gleam because Courtney is frail as all living hell and therefore will always show a kill with Dazzling Gleam. Kofu has been pre-damaged so that Dazzling Gleam will always put us in emergency exit range. So therefore we can take it. And use it as a free pivot. We needed that to be Dazzling Gleam because the Dazzling Gleam damage was way less than Expanding Force for obvious reasons. We can now emergency exit out to Raihan. Raihan is going to do the remainder of this fight. Raihan is going to go ahead and click Dragon Darts. Dragon Darts is a guaranteed one-shot on Alakazam. We are leveled to 84, so that we are barely faster than the Alakazam. I need to double check that. We should now be faster at level 84. We are... Okay, Dragon Darts Air should be a kill. Awesome. Okay. And everyone gets some experience, and now in comes the Flapple. Sorry, no, I'm incorrect. It should be the Slowbro. Slowbro here triggers its Psychic Seed, giving him +1 special defense. We are going to click Phantom Force. And because we show a fast 2-shot with that Phantom Force, Slowbro is only ever going to go for Liquidation, so we can Phantom Force it for hefty damage. And in return, he clicks Liquidation. We don't really care. We can take that with absolute ease, and then Dragon Darts kills. 1 tick of Dragon Darts kills even, because that Phantom Force was a blatant high roll. Finally, the Flapple. We are faster. Dragon Darts kills. I think you can see how the rest goes. Bye-bye. Flapple is down. And that is the final fight before we run into a bunch of optionals, or can run into a bunch of optionals. I did not prepare for those optionals, but they are generally not that hard. So they don't need a lot of preparation as much as they need you to bring the right team. I think it boils down to bring your electric types, bring your grass types, maybe like 1 or 2 extra. And then you should be good to go. Alright, beaten, I need to go here. Beaten, okay. Now, here are all the optionals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. This one in particular is kind of scary, the dragon guy. Then there's another optional fight who guards a Mega Stone. And another optional fight who guards... It says Safari Zone. That's not Safari Zone. It is the... It's Shoal Cave. And then we get into the Mossdeep gym fights. So looking around, I probably just bring like... just the general good attackers. Quick look around leads me to melee. Leads me to keep Raihan probably. Raihan is just our like biggest damage dealer. I probably want a good water resist. Wallace comes to mind. Lana is probably a good mon as well, but later. Elisa is probably pretty decent. And what is like a main weakness I have right now? Like physical mons, I guess. I have a few intimidators. I can bring like Drake. And I will bring a Maris, I guess, for like the coverage thing. We just hope to like dodge all of them. We're gonna save. And we're just gonna swim through incredibly slowly. Because once we can get to Mossdeep Gym, we can just fly back and forth for a while. Okay, this I don't need to do slowly because I first have these 3. And here is when the optionals start coming in. I'm gonna start with Melly in the front for now. Okay, this is a dead end. We're just gonna hug the wall for a bit. Okay, there's the first guy. He's just gonna go front and back. This is gonna be an ambush point. Okay, this is safe. Can you tell I'm being overly cautious? I'm gonna quickly check the map actually, because I do want to see what it looks like. I should have the map for it. Commonly used maps. Little Road, Route 10, Route 124. There we go. Stealth section. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you were talking about there not being a lot of skill-intensive things. This is like one of them. This is like one of the rare ones. Okay, so I should have like... I should be safe here, looking at it. Here, there is a... Hunter's house? I don't know who Hunter is. I'm gonna quickly look at, like, here if there's a hunter among them. There is not. Okay. So, what does Hunter do then? Not this one. I need this one, actually. Trainers. No, not trainers. Items. Let's see if there's anything on this guy. Hunter or Route 124. Let's do that. Requires dive. Underwater, underwater. Okay, so there's nothing here that he should give me, I believe. We're not gonna risk that, I guess. And then... Mossdeep! Okay, thank God. It was not nearly as scary as I thought it would be. Two guys here. Feels great letting the wave wash over my feet. Speaking of the waves, you know that Island City Sutopolis? I think the gym leader had a new leader come in. Please tell me the new leader... People tell me the new leader once mentored Wallace. I can't do this anymore. It's utterly hopeless. I'm a fighting type trainer, so I can't win at the Mossdeep gym no matter how hard I try. Yep, okay. Awesome. Stealth mission successful. Insert scissor fan meme. Yeah. Something like that. Though I believe technically... No, they use, like, basically only psychic types. Alright. Our next fight, our next real fight, is Preston and Mara. So, like the original gym it is based on, the Mossdeep City gym has only double battles. So, you need to make sure that you understand the double battles very, very well. So, I am quite confident in every single one of these lines because I need to prepare these, like, turn for turn specifically. Which I did. I'm gonna put the commonly used maps back in its place. Here. And now here we go. The focus is going to be you. We're gonna just clear the optionals for now and go in. This is the next fight. Most of the fights of the gym trainers have some sort of gimmick. It's like there is some receiver shenanigans with huge power. There is this fight which is like all around like flinging on triggering weakness policy with priority. There's a fight where you fling Salac berries, stuff like that, right? We are well prepared for this fight by using Candace, by using Ingo, by using Hamilton, by using Grant, by using the rare ring that is Berg, and finally by using Cyrus. We're gonna also equip some items. You can put that bag, you can put that in the bag, you can put that in the bag. You should get your Mega Stone. And you should put that in the bag. So Candace is going to be using our Life Orb. Ingo is going to be using a Poison Barb. And Hamilton is going to be using a Zoom Lens. And that's all the items we should need. I also need to do a little bit of leveling. We need to put Candace on 84. And Ingo on 83. I'm gonna double check that real quick. I'll bring you guys along with me. Not this one, this one. I need to put myself on that page as well. You can kind of tell that I'm like really like well prepared, and also like how far along I am. If you want to like look back, like it goes all the way here, but at some point I started condensing trainers into one big thing. So like Route 111 looks like this, the Wind Straits is one thing. So yeah. Preston and Mara, that's where we were. We lead with Mamo and we lead with Sneasler. Mamo has been leveled to 84 specifically so that a Life Orb boosted Ice Shard always KOs it. And Ingo here will always KO with a Poison Barb. The Sylveon on 83. That's why we need those extra levels. We're also bringing Hamilton with the Zoom Lens because this is one of the rare fights we're going to be using Head Smash. Specifically to take out the Drifblim. This game has Gen 8 mechanics specifically for this fight. Dynamic speed. So that's why we are able to Head Smash despite looking like we are faster. Not to mention, at level 79, we're a speed tie. How that's gonna come out, I will show in a little bit. You can already kind of read along if you want to, but I do want to just... like, I want to double check the small details, right? Mamo's gonna bait in Gardevoir, even if he goes to... what's that? 29 less, so 30 less is 262. Yeah, Gardevoir in. Gardevoir is never going to be hit. Thankfully, because we show a kill with Poison Jab. Yeah. We need to be 83 because we needed to kill with Poison Jab. I don't see us actually needing that, but I'm gonna keep it 83 just for consistency. Not to mention I already leveled, so not like... Wait, no, I didn't. Actually, I didn't. I believe I need Ingo... Let's look at it. I need him at 83 here. I need him not there. Not there. 85 there anyway. So it's not like it matters if we put him at 82 now. So we can just safely put him at 83. And that is all we should need. I have written down that Cyrus needs to be at 81. Yeah, okay. So, we lead with Sneasler and we lead with Mamo. Sneasler can KO the Sylveon. We need to specifically not do that on turn 1. So we fake him out turn 1. While Mamo takes out the Noivern. Then the Gardevoir comes in and is only going to click Shadow Sneak because we show a fast kill on Gardevoir. So he's going to Shadow Sneak Sneasler. Until he has something better to do. There's going to be something better for him to do eventually. Eventually we Poison Jab Sylveon for the kill, and we have Mamo, we have Hisuian Arcanine in. We will go... Eventually, Metagross comes in and is not going to do anything against Sneasler. Because we will kill it before anything can happen, yeah, basically. Because knockoff plus Flare Blitz plus the Shadow Sneak from Gardevoir KOs. And we need to specifically close combat it in specific scenarios. I need to double check what that is. Then Sneasler goes to Costa, Sneak, Costa to Head Smash, I go to Orbeetle, Head Smash, Haunch and E-Speed kills, Haunch a random move, and he can take it, Flare Blitz, and Flare Blitz with Sucker kills. Okay, no, it looks like I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna trust my past self. It looks like I didn't miss anything. That might come back to bite me because it's bitten me in the past. I need Mamo slot 1, Sneasler slot 2. I'm gonna quickly save. And we're gonna go here. I don't actually know if there's any items I can get in Mossdeep that I would want to get. I'm gonna check the mart real quick. There might be something. Net balls and dive balls. That's the main one. I have enough of those. I have enough of all of them. So, nothing to worry about. I also want to check, like, if there's any items that I could get here in Mossdeep beforehand. I need to meet a Wingull. And there's a Metachemite. Not that that's, like, all that relevant, but... Okay, you know what? Let's walk around... let's walk around and take a look. Your Mamswine. Nothing here. Is there anything interesting over there? Honestly, I probably shouldn't be doing this because I don't really have much time left. It's already 10:30 and I should probably not go to sleep too late. Yeah, oh, that's this thing. It's the Dodrio thing, right? There used to be an item there, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. Nothing here. Where are those items? I don't know. There's probably something here, right? Oh, there is that Medichemite. Okay, got it. Not that I need it, but I got it. Hi, Scott. Letter in Space Center. I don't think it concerns me in any way, though. Okay. Right, no, I want to find that Wingull. That's the thing. Yeah, there we go. Wingull flies back. I can get a room service now if I want to. It's a niche item, but there are some fights where I would love to use that. I believe the other three were the Dive, the Steelixite, and... oh, right, the leftovers that I could get at the Mossdeep gym. Oh, man, I'm looking forward to doing that fight. Heists are always... like, the heist fight is always so interesting to watch. Okay, now let's go in. This is already where that first fight is. We're gonna save. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna always save before a fight because there is a left guy bug where the placement of the mons is flipped, and I'd like to avoid that because my line is dependent on who is on left side and who's on the right side. Come at me with everything you've learned. That's what we're gonna do. Preston and Mara would like to battle. Noivern comes in, Sylveon comes in. Candace, Sneasler, Ingo. This is the right order. Okay, so on this first turn, we are going to be using Ice Shard on the Noivern because that will kill the Noivern. We have a Life Orb equipped and at level 84 we do exactly enough to take out that Noivern. We're also going to fake out the Sylveon because we need to not kill that Sylveon right fucking now. He has no reason to be protecting against that guy. Fake out. Okay, the chip damage there is not really relevant. And that will be Noivern down. Gardevoir here is gonna be the first mon that comes in after Noivern is defeated. This is not a true double battle. There's two teams of 3 on on this fight. So there's the left 3 on the right side and the right 3 on the left side. I know it's confusing. It's just team 1 and team 2, which are like flips, etc. So Gardevoir here comes in. Gardevoir sees that Ingo can fast kill it with Poison Jab. For that reason, he will Shadow Sneak Ingo. That gives us a safe switch to Hamilton for Candace. In the meantime, Ingo is going to Poison Jab Sylveon. Now this could kill this turn, but Sylveon at any point in time has a chance to protect. If he does, we have a few turns. So long as, even if he protects 2 turns in a row, which is the max the AI will do it, while being successful. If it fails in the meantime, we don't care anyway. We have enough wiggle room there to make this work. So Poison Jab will kill the Sylveon, or Thudden to protect. We continue until that no longer happens. Alright? Shadow Sneak, as you can see, goes into Ingo. Now, we're just going to stall a bit, which means we Extreme Speed the Sylveon, and we poison jab the Sylveon. He protects and it fails, so now we are on that part of the fight. Okay, cool. Shadow Sneak number 2. We go down to 193. And 193 means that. Okay, I know enough. Okay. We get some experience all around. Not really relevant. Metagross comes in. Metagross sees that he can kill... He does not see that he can kill Hisuian Arcanine. He does see that he can kill Sneasler with Zen Headbutt or Meteor Mash. He does not see a kill with Bullet Punch, however, so that's never a move he's going to click. Furthermore, he does not see that we can kill it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to Flare Blitz it, and we're going to Close Combat it. These two moves combined do enough. Even there is a small scenario where I need to click Knockoff instead into Metagross, which deals significantly less damage. The reason for that is you're going to see Gardevoir here is going to Shadow Sneak Metagross first, making him lose his item because that's a weakness policy, and heavily making the Metagross way scarier. But the AI does not see that it gets that boost this turn yet. Let's see it in action. Shadow Sneak into Metagross. Deals a tiny bit of chip. And he gets the boost. Metagross is not faster than either of us, so we can Close Combat, dealing hefty damage but not killing. And we Flare Blitz, which is combining to do enough. Metagross down. One more to go on that side. Now we click Close Combat there for a very specific reason. We need to be dead to every single acrobatics that Drifblim can do here. The minimum damage that acrobatics can do while Drifblim is holding an item is 168. So we click Close Combat to lower our defense, therefore acrobatics always sees a kill. Crucially, Shadow Ball does not. Shadow Ball at -1 will never be more damage than acrobatics. The most damage that can be is like 150-ish. We are above that. This is where that Zoom Lens comes into play. Head Smash has 85% accuracy. With a Zoom Lens equipped, Head Smash will always hit, barring like extra bright powders and all that jazz. So we can Head Smash Drifblim, guarantee the kill, and because Drifblim sees a kill into Ingo, he will never target Hamilton with a Shadow Ball, which would kill it with the added damage from the weakness policy. Grant, being a rock type with a high physical defense, can easily take the acrobatics. Gardevoir will always Shadow Sneak Drifblim because it sees that its partner can get that active. Can get the weakness policy activated by it. Here he goes. That also boosts the speed of Drifblim to be doubled, meaning Hamilton, who usually is a speed type, is now always slower. Grant can take the acrobatics, as you can see, and then Head Smash. Boom! Drifblim down. The scary side of this fight is complete. That leaves just the Gardevoir. Gardevoir is faster than us, so we Head Smash again. Grant here is dead to every single roll of Moonblast. So we need to take that. We are going to go to Berg for that. I believe that is double checking. Yes, we go to Berg on the guaranteed Moonblast. There we go. And crucially, because Hamilton was slower than Gardevoir, he would never go for the... That's more damage than I expect. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Gardevoir was not always dead to Head Smash. It was a roll. We don't care, we have extreme speed to finish him off, and we did not need Berg in here to finish it off. Anyway, we needed Cyrus in, but we needed a turn to make that work. because there's only one mon remaining, and that is the Mismagius. Mismagius, cool, we don't care what he does. We're gonna kill him before he does anything specific to us, because Hamilton here, okay, he goes to level 80, congratulations, we don't really care. Mismagius here is not threatening any significant damage on either of us. Flare Blitz plus Sucker Punch, KO. Sucker Punch goes first, gets to Focus Sash, and then here comes like a Shadow Ball into Hamilton or a Mystical Fire into Cyrus. Either does not do significant damage. Flare Blitz deals the final 1%. Fight done. GG's indeed. Cyrus goes to 82. Congratulations. I lost. I must temper my spirit again. You've traveled a path of greatness. One down. 4 to go? 5 to go. Oh wow, I'm never finishing today. Okay, we need to hurry up, I guess. I'm gonna go have dinner now. Enjoy your dinner, Thob. Thank you for being here for a while, and see you around. Okay. What we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and get the team for the next fight. This next fight only needs 3 guys. Because it's just that easy. I need to double check that, because the last time I did that, it was almost a wipe. I need some unorthodox mons. I need Cress. I need to keep Ingo in. And I need Ilima. I'm gonna keep Grant around, just in case. You need to get Life Orb. You need a Spell Tag. I'm gonna wait with that because I know you need Iron Ball. And that one was closer to where we were. Iron Ball. And you need Spell Tag. That's what I have written down. And I need to do some leveling on specifically Cress. First, I'm just gonna go outside. Get some music. And then I'm gonna look at the fight real quick. Because I want to be fast, but I don't want to be overzealous. So, supposedly, I have a line that only involves 1, 2, 3. I need to lead with Sneasler and Kecleon. And I need a Life Orb. Oh, this is a Trick Room fight. Right. The idea here is that on the first turn, because Kecleon at level 79 is barely faster, we hold an Iron Ball instead, and we are slower, thus baiting close combat. We fake out the Berserker, we fake out the Porygon, we make sure to fake out with Sneasler on the Porygon and with Kecleon on the Berserker. This also neutralizes Berserker's fake out, because it's now no longer the first turn and he's out. Then, close combat will kill the Porygon. And Basculegion comes in on either CC or Iron Tail. Sneasler will bait in the Jellicent, clicking seeing a Hydro Pump kill on Sneasler slow, like a slow Hydro Pump kill. I then CC the Berserker with Sneasler for a kill. And Basculegion can kill with Poltergeist, holding a Spell Tag at level 82. Correct. Basque Legion does not show any kill into Rampardos or Bronzong, but Rampardos will see a slow kill into Basque Legion, thus he comes in, and I can chain kill with another close combat, while Hatterene comes in on the other side, and Poltergeist kills the Hatterene as well. Poltergeist, by the way, has a bug in this game. Normally it's 95% accurate. In this game, it will never miss, not even in semi-vulnerability. So this is the strongest move in the game that is accessible to multiple mons, I want to say. Nah, probably not, but it's incredibly strong. That's what I'm trying to say. Poltergeist kills, and that only leaves Bronzong. And then I close combat, and I Poltergeist, because both outspeed, and the combination of those kills the Bronzong as well. It really is that simple. And I can double check that the priority of switching in is correct. Yes. Even if it's not, like, the order on that side does not matter. And the order on the other side does not matter either. Well, it does, but the order on the other side is that Basque Legion, because Basque Legion is as heavy as it is, if Iron Sail were to crit and defense drop, I still only see Rampardos coming in. So I'm good to go no matter what. Awesome. I was about to say, why is my button not working? So Ingo, Crest, Alima. I need to get Alima in here. Double check the items. Iron Ball, Spell Tag, Life Orb. I don't need anything else, so we're just gonna go. We are gonna save here. And we are battle ready. Fight number 2. We've beaten this guy. And this one is the focus. Blake and Samantha. Double check that I have the right lead, right order. Yes, you have an Iron Ball. Life Orb, Iron Ball, Spell Tag. Levels. No. Ooh, I almost went wrong there. I need level 82. Crest needs to go to 82. Otherwise, the Poltergeist is not guaranteed to KO. Yeah, at 82, it's guaranteed to KO both Hatterene and Jellicent. Before that, it's not guaranteed. Save again. Ba-ba-ba. 83, 79, 82. I'm nervous. Can you tell I'm nervous? Life Orb, Iron Ball, Spell Tag. Let's go. Watch me levitate a Pokeball telekinetically. Sometimes I'm out of sync. I see it. I see your future. If you can beat me, I will tell you your future. I can see the future. Okay. Porygon 2 and Berserker. No, this is correct. I was like, wait, is this correct? It is. So Porygon has a download boost, whatever. And Berserker sees a kill into Ilima. Ilima is holding an Iron Ball, and that makes it faster, or slower than the Berserker. Therefore, it's going to go for a fast kill with close combat, even though Ingo sees a kill with its own close combat, because Ingo has inner focus. I need to fully make that digestible. So, let's start from the top there. So, Fake Out on Ingo is going to dent Porygon. Ingo is holding a Life Orb, so that Fake Out into close combat always kills that Porygon. Ilima is holding an Iron Ball, so that Berserker is going to see a fast kill into Ilima, meaning he will go for close combat and we're safe to click Fake Out. On top of that, we will never see that Berserker goes for Fake Out into Ingo. The reason for that is that Ingo has inner focus, heavily disincentivizing Fake Out, to the point that no matter what happens, Berserker should never ever go for Fake Out into Ingo, even though Ingo shows a kill into Berserker, because if that does happen, Berserker has a massive priority to click Fake Out. But that's not relevant here. This is just Fake Out from me. Life Orb Tech. Fake Out from me again. No Life Orb Tech. And we're good. Now, close combat kills Porygon 2. Ilima is dead to both close combat and Iron Tail. Crest can take both of those moves. Okay, close combat. I want to make sure that I didn't screw up here. We go to -1 defense. It's not really relevant that we do. We need to specifically be slower than Berserker so that Berserker never sees a kill into Ingo. If both of my mons were to be faster, then he could randomly see a kill into Ingo and go there instead. That's why we needed to be slower there with the Kecleon, with Ilima. We now close combat Berserker for the kill. And we Poltergeist Jellicent for the kill. Crest is holding a spell tag, has been leveled to 82. Those two combine to do exactly enough to Jellicent, and we are faster. So 1 kill. And after this, 2 kills. Pardon me. I don't know what that was. Life Orb. Ingo goes to 84. It's not relevant for this fight. Poltergeist. Yes, the Jellicent is holding a Water Gem, meaning that if it were to be consumed, Poltergeist would fail. You need the opponent to have an item to use Poltergeist, but we are faster, the item will never be consumed before we attack it. Leaving Hatterene to come in, because that's the only mon left on the left side, on the right side. And Rampardos sees a slow kill into Cress, therefore that comes in instead of the Bronzong. We close combat the Rampardos because we are faster and we kill. We Poltergeist the Hatterene because we are faster and we kill. Close combat. And that is Rampardos down. And then Life Orb again, yada yada. Yeah, okay. I was scared that I simplified this fight too much. I didn't. It's really just that simple. Because we are able to double Fake Out and still bait moves the way we want to, we could just churn these out. Probably the easiest fight I've had in a long while. So remember what I said about Poltergeist not working if he has no item? Technically, Knockoff deals more damage than close combat. But we should never ever click Knockoff because we're going to click Poltergeist after and we need to combine the damage to kill, and the only way for that to work is to combine close combat and not Knockoff with Poltergeist. Okay. And it really just is that simple. Okay, the next fight is significantly more difficult, or at least more precarious. There are a lot more things that could go wrong there compared to here, though we should never be scared of anything that this next fight could do. I'm gonna run away. Because the next fight, we've beaten this one, get the filter, and get this one to be the focus. This one is scary because of one thing and one thing only, and that is the flinging of Salak berries, causing some speed increases. But this fight is also often considered one of the easiest as far as I'm aware, for the very, very, very simple reason that there is a crucial bug that breaks this fight wide open. We are abusing the absolute hell out of that fight. I need blue. And I need Raihan. This fight also only needs 5 mons. So we're just gonna put... where did I put... There's Mela. Let's put Mela and Kofu back on their positions. And let's grab the items. We need you to take something else. I don't need that anymore. You need to give that to Raihan. You need to keep that. You need a sharp beak. I saw it. No, there it is. Sharp beak. You need to hold one of our 2 shed shells. And as do you. Okay. That is the intended team, with Grant here for moral support. We're also going to need to use a TM. However, unlike the other ones, this is one we can get multiple of. It is Rock Tomb. You can buy these at the department store, so like it's not an infinitely, like it's not a permanently lost tool. Same with Embargo. Embargo is a tutor move, so getting rid of Embargo just means we have a flex slot that we can use for Rock Tomb. Honestly, I should have... There's probably some lines with Clay I could have done that would have been... where that would have been a boon. Where that would have been... What I'm trying to find a word that I can't think of right now. It's so annoying. You ever have that? You ever have like that moment where you're just like, oh yeah, that thing of the word and the sound that it makes, and just the actual word you're looking for just does not come to mind. That's where we are right now. So, what we need to do is... I'm going to double check if this line breaks because we go to level 84. It shouldn't, but I do want to check it, you know? So we are leading with Crocodile and Mammoth Swine. And we need Honchko in the back. We need to bring you guys over to the calc. We need to choose the right one here. This is Virgil and Nate already. We need Blue, who's also going to Mega Evolve. And we need Dragapulse. We need Raihan. And that should be everyone we need. And we need to do some leveling. We need to bring Raihan to 85. we need to bring blue to 80 to 80. These could technically go higher, but it's not like a big deal that it's not a thing. That they're not higher. Like, you want to keep your mons low as possible for like baiting later, and hence me using as minimum candies as possible. Clay is already 80 because he needed to be 80 for a fight. Candace is 84 because he needed to be 84 for a fight. That's it. Okay. So the plan here is we need to show that Gothitelle is only faster than Mamoswine. The way we are doing that is on turn 1, because we are faster than Crocodile with Crocodile and slower with Mamoswine, and Crocodile does not show a kill into either our Crocodile. It does show one here, but hey, we intimidate it. Or here, because we intimidate it. We can then go for Icy Wind and go for Rock Tomb into Gothitelle. In the meantime, Crocodile here will fling his weakness of his Selakberry into Gothitelle as Gothitelle clicks Fake Out into a random slot. That's why we use both those moves, so that we neutralize the speed increase from the weakness, from the Selakberry. From there on, we're going to abuse a bug, because so long as Crocodile does not see a kill, which it will never do with this close combat, because the Fake Out damage from Gothitelle will never put us in close combat range. And Fake Out happens before Fling. He's gonna keep flinging onto Gothitelle because that is still at a priority of +9. And he has no item, so Fling is just gonna fail, and it's just gonna fail, and it's just gonna fail. Then, because he will be at +1 and +2. Oh. That is an issue. Now all of a sudden it is an issue that we are leveled. Because we needed to show a kill with need to show a kill onto Gothitelle. We need to show that Mama was dead to anything and Crocodile was not. Okay, so that is an issue. That is easily remediable. No, it is not, because we need to actually hold the Shed Shell, because there's Shadow Tag involved. Oh, crap. So this fight actually requires me to change my line a bit. Okay. Is there another Mon I could use that could learn a speed lowering move, who can sit next to him and then bait a move after even at -1 while not baiting anything beforehand? I need a Dragapult for later, so I'm not gonna use Dragapult here. For this part of the fight, it's not useful. Okay, who else could I use here to make that work? Primarina? No, Primarina is too specially bulky. Avalugg? I suppose, but Signal Beam will actually show a kill if I were to get Faked Out. I believe. Yes, there's a chance for that to happen. Hisuian Electrode is too fast. And also too... I was gonna say also too frail, but that's not true. Gyarados, no. Salamence? I don't have the wiggle room in the moveset. I have the dual wing BTM, I suppose, but no. I have Ampharos, maybe? But that might be in high horsepower range after Fake Out. It is. Excadrill? No, Excadrill resists Psychic, so I cannot have that happen. Then what? Then what? Then what? Then what? Costa? But can Costa learn Icy Wind? Even if it could, I don't have the wiggle room for it. What level do I have Kecleon on? I have him 79, I believe. And I can get rid of Drain Punch for, like, something else. Where's my Dex? What does Kecleon... Does Kecleon learn anything useful here? It does learn Icy Wind, it does learn Rock Tomb, but neither of those moves are what I'm looking for, I guess. Not to mention, I'm still dead to close combat. Okay, what could learn Icy Wind here? And would be useful. Avalugg, no. Avalugg can bait the... I need to bait a Psychic move, and Avalugg does not guarantee a Psychic move. Who else would I have here? One of the water types, maybe? Slowbro would bait Signal Beam. And the others are just too bulky. I have the wiggle room in Milotic's moveset, I suppose, but... Now what? Nope. Sharpedo doesn't work either. Jeez, okay, this is annoying. Oh man, I'm annoyed that I missed this. So annoying. Excadrill has like It doesn't quite have wiggle room in its moveset, but it doesn't not have wiggle room in its moveset. The issue with Dragapult is that it could show a knockoff kill if I hold an item. Is that still true at 85 though? No, it's not. So maybe I should lead with Dragapults. Because I was gonna run Life Orb there anyway. And a +1 speed. I'm still faster, so Gothitelle could not do anything if it wanted to. Though with Life Orb in the wings, I am in trouble against the Crocodile because eventually I will show that the Crocodile will see a kill against Dragapult. Now, what did I want to use him for again? I needed Dragon Darts to Draco kill. Rook, I guess? Is that really what it is? Yes, because... Atlas, good morning! Welcome. You caught me mid-prep? 6 AM greetings, my friend. Yeah, I kind of figured it'd be around that time for you. Actually, I'm saying all this. This doesn't actually work. Because Phantom Force, aside from hitting in 2 turns, I get an Intimidate. So this doesn't work either. Though maybe with a flip turn? Signal Beam confuses you, right? I believe it does. Signal Beam. Yes, confuses you. Woke up at 4 AM, got some bread processing in the bread maker and waiting for cookies to finish baking. Signal Beam is a chance to confuse, yes. Okay. So, switching Pulse in on Signal Beam is not an option. And I cannot guarantee that I can switch him in on Fake Out. Though I suppose... Could I show a kill on the other slot? In the other slot. Mega Sharpedo -1 doesn't kill. And Mega Sharpedo Mega Evolving will not become faster. And I need to not... No, I cannot use Sharpedo. I need him for later. And I need him to not be leveled for later. I can't get on... Can't get to the title on mobile browser. Where are you up to right now? I'm in Mossdeep Gym. I am currently preparing for a fight in Mossdeep Gym, for which the original line I had involved a specific pivot that I do not have anymore. I needed Mamoswine leveled for an earlier fight. And that makes the difference between me barely guaranteeing a kill and not doing so. Because I was calculating this at level 80. And then I barely show a kill with Psychic. Barely always show a kill with Psychic from Gothitelle. But at 84, which is where Mamos is right now, I don't show it. I'm gonna quickly do a change in scenery, because the music is always annoying me. What are we in the mood for? Fortree. I'm in the mood for Fortree City. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can salvage like what I had in mind originally somehow with a different like mon reducing Gothitel's speed. I can by using a different mon to lower the speed. No, because I need the Intimidate. Do I still need the Intimidate? I do not. So if I run itemless Basculegion, who can learn Icy Wind, right? He can learn Icy Wind. He's 82. If I go to 83. Mossdeep is staying Eliza. Yes, Mossdeep is staying Eliza. Correct. So, if you're familiar with the Nuzlocke, that means it's almost time for the heist. I needed to do some pre-damage, right? That was the issue. Sucker. I do indeed. But I can also make that work with Basculegion if I go to 83. I don't know anything about this game. Fair enough. Then hopefully I can still make that happen today, but looking at what's coming, probably not. Do I need Basculegion for any of these? Or an orbital? No. Sneeze, Tort, Hark, Memo. I do need him there, but that is fine because he needs to be at 85 there anyway. Hunch, Pulse, Tort, Hilek, nope. So this might work instead. Okay. Originally, I had level 80 Mamoswine so that I could guarantee that Psychic saw a kill, even through the Intimidate. Because Stored Power does not outdamage with Intimidate. If I don't have an Intimidate up, Stored Power always sees a kill into Mamoswine. Basculegion at 83 is never dead to a Psychic or a Stored Power or a Signal Beam. Also, low, I always respect the level of prep that goes into this. I'm too impatient, so I just rush into shit. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. It's an extremely puzzly game. I like puzzling this way, though. I think that's the main thing. I love to puzzle this way, which is why I do it. Which is why I don't mind doing it. I think I found my alternate. I think I found my solution. Thaben, welcome. Thank you for following this stream. Thank you for joining the stream. You caught me mid-planning. I was always gonna say, you always strike me as a puzzle kind of guy. Wait, how do I donate? You can't, because I'm not, affiliate or whatever that's called. I'm not, like, officially, like, I did not get the, you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. I'm not available to donate to. I don't need the donation. Like, if you want to donate to someone, I'm not TikTok famous. No, correct. I don't stream regularly enough to make, to get the affiliate status that you need to get donations and shit. So, yeah, you cannot donate here. If you want to, there's plenty of other run-and-bun streamers and the like that you can do that donation to who probably need it more than I do. I'm comfortable enough to not need such donations. So I appreciate it for sure, the fact that you want to do it. But yeah. Because my idea was then that I'd still go with Mamoswine. Because neutral. Oh, but then that fake out might result in that. But now I feel bad that it don't work. Don't feel bad. No need to feel bad about it. I'm not like Yeah, it is what it is, and like, it is partially by choice. Like, I've never actively grinded for that, right? Okay, I technically did it once, but like, quickly found out, no, this is not feasible, and didn't. I don't need to be affiliate, and I don't need the donations. And like, I'd rather you pay it forward to someone who does need it than feel bad for not being able to donate to me or like trying to donate to me. Right? You use that energy and cheer someone else up, I guess. Okay, so I had Mammo slot 2. I believe maybe back later. Might not trying to troubleshoot some bot stuff. Keck. Good luck. Okay, so combination of Basque Legion and Mammo Swine is now what I have written down. I don't need to... I could put anything next to Basque Legion, though. I don't need that to be Mammo. I just need it to be something that can take a fake out, doesn't bait anything from the Crocodile, and then baits the Psychic. This would be a fake out. I need to not be weak to fighting, though. Something neutral to everything. It's not you, it's not you. You are already dead to... You are way dead to that. Torterra, maybe? No, because fake out... Actually, no, wait. Fake out, and then the +2 attack. No, it's not enough. And I need to run Shed Shell. Interesting. Fake out. It's Golisopod. It's not. I mean, it could be Golisopod, but I'm not gonna respond to that right now. Your box is looking stacked, to be honest. Thank you. I agree. It definitely does. I have a lot of like incredible mons, like between Pulse and Golisopod and Sneasler and Primarina and Salamence and a Slowbro with like, what the fuck are these IVs? Like, yeah, no, I'm incredibly content with this box. Yeah, no, it's a good box. It's a really, really good box. Might that be my solution? So a thing I just thought of, like, I see Golisopod could be the solution. I would prefer for it not to be, for obvious reasons, because you can only Mega Beedrill missing. Other than that, you can't complain, man. I mean, okay, yeah, Mega Beedrill would absolutely be the cherry on top, because that is such a good mon, and that would absolutely make so many of these fights like trivial. Let's see. Delmice would be dead to that, but it's not. It would mean that the first turn he's gonna go for something else. Straight leading with Honchkrow? No. Why would you do that? There's no advantage to that, not to mention you get the Intimidate. If I guarantee a fake out, I guarantee a Psychic, but no, wait, nope. This plus this. Not enough, but maybe with a Sticky Barb I could be. That would do the trick. And Krook would not see shit. Wait, no, I cannot use Sticky Barb because I need Shed Shell. I keep forgetting that. it's a shame that like fake out crit puts me like barely over the edge for signal beam. Otherwise, I would easily go for Avalog. Because I cannot use Karuk, because Karuk will maybe see a kill with CC after. And I need to avoid that. Right. Is it really only Golisopod that I could use? It really could be. I guess it is. Because this... like low roll and then... yeah, Sword Power will always see a kill after, so that is good. But I'd like to not use Golisopod if I don't have to, so like... this is like my backup, right? The combination of Basculegion and Golisopod is my backup. Something else that's just dead to it. Not all that weak to anything else. Don't really have another, like, blatantly psychic weak mon is the thing. And especially frail, like, I don't have anything, like, especially bulky, but I don't have anything... What level is he again right now? 75? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I found it. It's Torkoal. Torkoal I don't mind because Torkoal is way lower level. Okay, so. Originally my plan was using Karuk plus Mamo to guarantee a Ice Shard, a Icy Wind or Rock Tomb to go through. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use Basculegion and Torkoal, so that Basculegion can Icy Wind instead, because he learns that. I know he does because I've used it in the past. I'm going to double check it, but I'm 99.999% sure. Icy Wind. Let's level up. Basculegion, thank God. Okay. I got it. No, then we have it. This is currently PB run. Yes. This is my personal best, and it is by a long shot. My second best attempt is up to Watson. Like, I beat Watson and conceded after, because my box was, like, destroyed by it. To be fair, this is my 6th attempt, so, like, it's not entirely fair. And like my box has been stacked for a hot minute. That helps too. Okay, but I think I found my alternate. It is, instead of using Shetshell Mamo, we're gonna use and Shetshell Karuk, we're gonna use Shetshell Torkoal. And we're gonna be using itemless level 83 Basculegion. And Torkoal can just be, I need to double check that he wasn't calced at -1. Damn it, he was. Damn it. That does open up an interesting new line, though. That, ooh, hold up. 'Cause... No, I cannot guarantee that. I cannot guarantee what I have in mind because Crocodile could still fling. 75 is my current level, I believe. I need to double check. If it's 74, that might be the difference. It's not anyway, so no. Slowly start to understand the calc, but it's so different from the other. The essence is the same, and I understand. Like, this one is way different, and I prefer it for the very simple reason that you can do this. Right? You can click the move, and it deals the damage, and you kind of keep up with it. This one is a bit more buggy, and I accept that from it. Cost is the answer. Maybe. 79. I never dead high horsepower, he will always go there, and psychic and stored power see a kill, but signal beam does not. He will always go fake out into Caracosta, and I can shed shell. Yeah, okay. So level. So it actually plays out. That's really cool. Yes, no, I love it for that. I see wind over surf. I don't remember what I had on that spot. Anyway, actually plays it out. It's really cool. Yeah. That makes it really cool. It also shows like these scores, and it has these switch-in predictions. Both of those are really cool additions. Another thing that I really like about this one compared to the showdown-based calculator is if you make a change, like I give this assault vest, for example, right? And I go away, and I go back, it still has that assault vest. I can update my team in the calculator without having to like export, change, import, right? That is what you need to do with the the showdown-based calculator. You need to be careful with a few. That annoys me so much on the showdown one. Yes, me too. That is why, like, that is the main reason why I'm using this, combined with the whole, look, I'm dealing damage, and you can see the damage. You need to keep a few things in mind that happen, like the bait prediction, for example, goes off of the percentage of HP that the opponent has. So if I were to go like, oh hey, I'm gonna put this down all the way here. That's maybe not the best example, but let's do this one, right? Sneasler normally does not even bait Flapple. Doesn't kill it, but if we do like a tiny bit of damage, you see this go to -1. Because suddenly it's calculating with 88% damage, and therefore it will never come in. So like there's that, like it's that kind of small kinks that needs to be ironed out technically. I don't think this one is is being updated though, so you'll have to make do with it. And most of the things are not that big a deal. You just need to be wary of it. Just like the I believe that the best one technically is the Silmar one of the showdown versions. Like with that one, you do need to be like wary of what happens, right? You need to like not treat it as gospel. So, at 83, I never get a kill with knockoff, even if it's... And in the same vein, stored power never shows a kill. Also, another thing, like, if you update the levels, for example, these stats don't all automatically update when you switch back, though the level stays the same, so you need to, like, set the attack, and then all of a sudden it swaps to the right HP amounts and shit. So, this one also has its annoyances, but the benefits from this one are more significant to me than the annoyances that this one brings compared to the inverse that the Silmar one does. The Silmar one is probably, and the Showdown one is more consistent. It's more surefire, that you like, more guaranteed that you know what's happening and that what you see on the screen is what actually happens. You can see it more on the screen here, and therefore I use this one. And that's my ramble. Okay, so I use Caracosta with Shed Shell, so I can switch out at any time. I will never show a kill from Crocodile because at level 79, high horsepower is 212 and RHP is 213. We can protect turn 1 on the fake out, so we will never be dead to whatever he uses, and the psychic and sword power will not show a kill yet. Crocodile will therefore go... Whoa, try again with that sentence. Crocodile will therefore go for Fling onto the Gothitelle, boosting its power, and therefore Gothitelle sees a kill with Psychic or Stored Power into Caracosta. Gothitelle will always go for the Psychic move into Caracosta because he cannot fake out, or the fake out into Caracosta on turn 1 because he cannot fake out Basket Legion. Then, we Icy Wind the Gothitelle to neutralize the speed boost. More importantly, we do that to just deal some chip. Do I need to do that? I don't even really need to do that now, right? I can just Liquidation. I could just liquidation turn 1. Yeah, I could just liquidation turn 1. Because liquidation, and then on the Costa, who's gonna get hurt by psychic move, we go to Honchkrow. Honchkrow takes the psychic move, and with the fling damage alongside it, which is gonna be enough to where Sucker Punch always sees a kill. I can then also switch in Basque Legion on the same switch out Basque Legion on the same turn if I want to. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna Icy Wind there or whatever. Yeah, because we just need to stall a turn. So this line that we have written down: Surf stays, Shit Show, and everything else can just go the same. We just lead with Basque slot 1 and Costa slot 2. Gothy fakes out Costa. Crook flings Salak onto Gothy. So we protect Costa, and we Icy Wind Gothy. One goes through Gothy at Icy Wind Gothy at +0 speed. Gothy sees slow kill into Crook, fast kill into Mamo. This whole thing is not relevant. Gothy sees kill into Costa with psychic move only. And the AI is gonna keep flinging its Select Berry, so Mamo, no. Costa is gonna go to Honchkrow. Crook is gonna keep flinging its shit. Goth is gonna Stored Power / Psychic into Honch. And then Basque, Liquidation, Gothy. Crit won't kill, that's never the case. Whatever. Then we pivot Basque to Pidgeot. Sucker KOs Gothy, and Crook tries to fling into Gothitelle and fails. Honch baits in Flapple. Sad that the AI is bugged in this fight. Could have been a really interesting fight. I know, right? This fight could probably be a lot cooler and a lot more difficult. I'm happy it's not, though, because I kind of want to get through this one and as many as I can still tonight. And then the rest of this line is the exact same as it was before. We just need to... We just don't use Crook. We don't use Crook and Mamo. We just use Basque Legion and Costa. Okay. Let's make the swap. And get it in. Basque Legion, aka Cress. And then the Shit Shell needs to go from you to Grant. And then we need to level up Basque Legion, because at 82 it would be dead to some rolls of Stored Power. At 83 it never is. And that is the only change I need to make. And with that, we should be battle ready. Let's see if we can make this work. I admire your patience with planning. I struggle so much with it. I'd rather be over-prepared than run in guns blazing, because I am so, I am very bad at steering, but I'm very good at planning, I'd say. Or better yet, I'm very good at puzzling. I like to puzzle, and I like to just find the lines, find the solutions to make this work. I'm actually the other way around. No, most people I believe are. And to be honest, it makes for more interesting content if you are more guns blazing, I'd say. Yeah, I'm just a very nervous player, I guess is the best way to put it. I like to overanalyze. Is probably the better way to put it. So, Cress, 83, no item. And we need to teach him Icy Wind. Before we, no. We need to go in, we need to make sure that he has Icy Wind. I believe he has Surf now. Hidden Power, same difference. How many fights are left till Tate and Eliza? 4. We have 4 remaining until we are at Tate and Eliza. However, I have pre-cooked all those fights. This one just happened to be one that I was mistaken in. So, provided I do not find any errors in the other lines in this final watch through, we should just be able to get through that one, the next like 4 fights and even the Tate and Eliza fight without too much trouble. For reference, because it sounds like I did a crap ton. I mean, yes, but the last time I played this game before this session of games, this session of battles, is like 2 months ago. So I had a lot of time to cook these up. Oh, that might make a difference. Does it? Probably not. No, it won't. I forgot about the extra level I had on Honchro. I thought maybe it makes a difference, but it doesn't. Okay, so you cannot go back from this point. Well, let's hope I don't get left guide. I don't want to save here for that reason. Okay, we're just gonna do it. Bass, Costa, Raihan. I'm gonna double check every single item. Life Orb, Pidgeotite, Sharp Beak, all those check out. Levels, 82, 80. I had 81, but 82 is fine too. 80 is the minimum needed. Raihan needs to be at 85 in Life Orb, that is correct. Grant needs to be at 79, so that is fine. Crest needs to be at 83, and he needs to have Icy Wind. Yes, that is the only difference I need to make. Let's go. Let me see your talent. Ho ho ho. Need me to show you how tenacious the psychic type can be. Okay. That looks correct. Virgil and Nate. Crocodile, Gothitelle. That is correct. Okay, the Tuesday of the left guy bug is not here. Right. That is the issue. It isn't. It just means I need to change the line a teensy tiny bit. I forgot about the Intimidate, but it's not going to be relevant for this, for like most of this because... Okay. So, Crocodile here does not see a kill into Crest because we're not holding an item. He does not see a kill into Grand because we are bulky as shit. It is barely on both of those. A high horsepower at level 79 deals 212 HP worth of damage onto Grand. We have 213 HP. In the same vein, against Crest, the knockoff deals 252 damage, so that is never a kill. Gothitelle is blue. Okay, this Gothitelle is Shadow Tag, meaning we cannot switch out with some exceptions if we hold a Shed Shell, which Grant is, or if we are a Ghost type, like Crest is. Because we don't show a kill with Crocodile, if Crocodile does not see a kill onto either of our Mons, he's gonna fling a Salac Berry onto Gothitelle, boosting his speed and boosting his damage significantly. To make sure that Basket Legion is never dead to the stored power after 5 boosts, we need to Icy Wind the Gothitelle. We also protect Grant, because Grant will always be faked out by the Gothitelle. I hope that that the -1 is not gonna be an issue. It shouldn't be because this fling kind of compensates. Because that should be another 7-ish. No, it should be fine. It should be fine. Because I initially had this calced with Intimidate on Crocodile, because the initial line I had involved using Crocodile and Mamoswine instead of Grant and Cress. This way, we're still good. Gothitelle now has 4 boosts to its stored power, meaning we cannot. Meaning we are now dead with Grant against stored power. It's a 100 base power move at +2. It deals extreme amounts of damage. Luckily, at level 83, the max damage against Basculegion here, against Cress, is 307. So Cress is barely alive as well. We're going to Liquidation Gothitelle, and Grant is going to switch out to Cyrus. Now what's a Crocodile going to do? Fling is bugged in this game. Fling is bugged in a way that if the Crocodile does not see a kill into any of our mons, it still thinks it has a Salakberry. So it's going to use a move at +9 priority in Fling, and so long as no other move also has +9 priority, which is if you have a slow kill, a fast kill rather, he's just going to keep flinging nothing. We're going to shift to Cyrus on the ground, taking the psychic move. We're going to see Crocodile do jack shit, and then we do a bit more chip damage to Gothitelle. And stored power or psychic in Cyrus does nothing. With the combined damage of Crocodile's Fling, our Icy Wind, and our Liquidation, Cyrus has enough pre-damage to guarantee that Sucker Punch will KO. Crocodile is just going to keep flinging. In the meantime, we're going to go to blue with Cress. We are safe to do so because we are a ghost type. And blue is basically our setup for the rest of the opponents. We are going to be Sucker Punching Gothitelle for the kill. Gothitelle only has attacking moves. It has to be Sucker Punched here and be KO'd. Alright. Get some more experience. Fling does nothing. And Cyrus here baits in, down the line, Flapple. Flapple here does not see that Pidgeot can kill it. At level 80, we are faster, but we do not show a kill with Hurricane. When we Mega Evolve, we do kill with Hurricane. And we never miss because Mega Pidgeot has no guard. In the meantime, Cyrus just kind of needs to do something. The best thing he can do is just a bit of chip against Crocodile with Air Slash. We need to specifically not kill it, but we do need to do a bit of damage. And Air Slash is enough of a bit of damage. As you can see, we Mega and Flapple is KO'd. We needed to specifically do it this way so that Flapple was never going to Sucker Punch blue. Because that Sucker Punch could result in Crocodile suddenly seeing a kill into blue. This is why we were a bit underleveled. That way we guarantee that everything went right. Okay. Now, we once again Hurricane Venomoth. And Cyrus is going to go into Raihan. We are through the hardest part of this fight. Cyrus did everything he needed to do for now. And blue is going to barely be faster. This way we need to be level 80. At level 80, we are 2 points faster than Venomoth. And Mega Pidgeot always kills it. And you will see another failed Fling. And now Raihan has been brought in safely, and Raihan has a Life Orb. With that Life Orb, we are guaranteed to KO. In the meantime, Blue did everything that he needed to do. We are going to go back to Cyrus, and Dragon Dart KOs Crocodile. Okay, I had Draco written down, currently. But, like, either or is fine, right? I didn't know if Dragon Darts work this way in doubles, I guess. Grant going up a level is kind of a shame, but... eh. Mienshao. So, Sucker Punch is faster than Mienshao. Mienshao does not have Fake Out. So Dragon Darts, thanks to the held Life Orb, when it combines with the Sucker Punch, KOs Mienshao. And we're going to repeat that with Delphox. There is the Selakberry that Mienshao was usually going to fling, but now he's just going to eat it. But we still have a hit of Dragon Darts. Boom, boom. It is indeed a clean and simple fight. We have one more opponent remaining. And that's just like cleaning up. Like the last bit of brewing you need to do. We Sucker Punch again, we Dragon Darts again, and we're done. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be difficult. In this case, it wasn't. It was just figuring out those first few turns. Once we get through that, we are pretty easy. It's pretty easy to handle it. You possess spectacular talent. Oh my. My. Your battle style was fantastic. Back. Run back. Get out of here. Okay, 3 more fights before we... First couple turns on doubles are always the hardest. Yeah, no, you need to set up your win condition in every single fight. In double battles, no pun intended, doubly so. Okay, for this fight, next fight, let's show it at the bottom as well. Beat this one, focus this one. This one is based around Imprison, and Meowstick here has Fake Out, Thunderbolt, Psychic, and Imprison. Already excited to see Demolished E4. God, I don't expect to do that until until September at the earliest. Okay, we are going to be using Melly. We are going to be using, but still excited. Thank you, I appreciate it. Costa, we need Amaris. We of course will bring Raihan. Blue, thank you for that one fight. You can go back to the bench. We are going to be using Berg for this fight. And we are going to be using Courtney. But what you doing to be that busy? Work? This is my spare time that I do this in. And I'm like very slow when it comes to preparing. Also, I'm going on vacation this weekend, so like I have 3 weeks where I cannot really do anything. I guess technically I could be preparing while I'm like in the evenings and shit, but I probably won't have much time doing that. And I probably wouldn't make people too happy if I do that. Okay. We're also doing something very special. We're going to use an Oranberry in this fight. We are all the way down in Mossdeep, and we're going to use an Oranberry in this fight. Just because that's optimal. Where you go be for vacation? I'm going all the way to Indonesia. I'm a European, and I'm going to Indonesia. So that is quite a ways away. I need... What else do I need? Damn, that's cool. Yeah, no, it is not exactly my type of vacation. It is cool, for sure. My wife loves those kind of, like, far-going vacations. I'm not as fond of it. I'm still looking forward to it. It's my first time going to a non-Western country, I'm gonna say. So it is... in that sense, a bit, like, frightening, I guess. Where is the item that I need? There it is. But yeah, no, it's also cool. It's definitely also a cool thing to go to. Okay. European too. Where exactly are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. So you'll need to zoom in on the map a little bit to find it. Not as much as, like, say, Luxembourg, but yeah. Okay, for this fight, we need... Oh, so we are neighbors. Wait. You're German. Okay. No, I'm conflating you with someone else because I know you're a first-time watcher actually. But cool. Based on the way you're talking, I know you also play Run and Bun, right? Do you like how far along are you? In the meantime, I'm gonna quickly do my rest of my prep. Only got to Norman. I mean, that's still impressive. There's, like, not many who are able to do that, let alone get as far as I am. Right? The current document has 99 official completions, I believe. I have a decent run, probably going past Norman. Oh, nice. Cool. Alright, well, good luck with it in any case. What's in your box, actually? I'm curious. Do you have, like, anything that's already, like, worth mentioning on that front? Okay, I need that. And beyond that, I need to do some leveling. Ursuluna with... Goddamn. Already? That is insane that early. Because you do get the Flame Orb only at Route 111, I believe? Honey from Surskit. Wow. That is so lucky. When do you usually get honey? You get it at, like, Falarbor, right? Is it Falarbor you get it? I think? I think so, yeah. Okay, we need you to go to 85. We need Amaris at 85. We need Raihan at 85, and we need Berg at 82. Is what I have written down. I'm gonna do that first, and then we're gonna go over how this line is supposed to work. Because I've prepared these intently enough to where if nothing was above the level it was, it should be fine. Barring, like, Dragapult, because that one I don't really expect to be an issue. Like, here, I put a plus here. That means that 83 or higher is enough. Where's my... There it is. So, this fight... The plan is gonna be... all... like, based on, like... baiting moves of... baiting a kill, baiting a prison. Baiting a kill, baiting a prison. Like, back and forth on that. The way we're gonna do that is mostly through... our Courtney. Where's Courtney on my box? It's in alphabetical order. It's over there. Courtney. This is why we needed to keep him lower level, because at level 81, there is... I don't remember what it was at 81. At 81, there was some reason... Oh, this is the reason. Because then Gyarados no longer goes for bounce. I need him to be 80 max there. He's at 79. I got a Talonflame too, a cracked Roserite, and Togi. That is... yeah, no, those are definitely a good early game box. Like, part of a good early game box. Are you a Turtle Runner, or like a Penguin Runner, or what are you? Like, which run Ape? Yeah, no, okay. I hear most people go Ape at this point. I don't think there's, like, a universally agreed upon best Mon. Evidently I'm a Turtle Runner and it's still here. It's just so brain dead with Ape. I feel like Ape has the most, like, Unga Boonga type fights, right? Because of how strong he can get. Because of how fast he is and how strong he can hit with his speed. Especially if you get the GMO ape, right? With GMO ape, I understand it. I didn't GMO my team, or at least my starters, so yeah. Yeah, fake out into overheat, CC, and flare blitz is just so stupid. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, this fight, this line is... We are leading with Hisuian Electrode and Sharpedo. Hisuian Electrode does bait Imprison, but Sharpedo baits a kill. So on the first turn, Meowstic will go for a kill into Sharpedo, and Hisuian Electrode will go for a Volt Switch into Conkeldurr, so that... Wait, is it Conkeldurr that I need to hit, or was it... I don't remember. What was it I needed to do there again? I don't let me... I had a Volt Switch written down, but I don't remember who I need to Volt Switch into. Like, who I need to click Volt Switch into. I believe it's not relevant, and that's why I didn't write it down. It might be Meowstic's to break Sash, but... Let's see. It was 1, 2, 3... And then 4, 5, 6. This was a team. Okay, so turn 1, we go and pivot Sharpedo into Orbital. Orbital takes the Mach Punch with absolute ease and the Thunderbolt just fine. We use a Oranberry specifically so that if at 82, Thunderbolt crit plus Mach Punch crit puts us out of Ice Punch range. Outside of Ice Punch kill range. So we go back to 104 and are never dead to it. So Oranberry is enough. In the meantime, with a Pixie Blade held, and that's my answer, I need to Volt Switch into Conkeldurr with a Magnet. Volt Switch into Primarina, Pixie Plate, Moonblast is a... Why do I have written down that's a guaranteed kill when it isn't? Because I'm running in 81, not 85. Okay, okay. So Volt Switch with Magnet, 55 damage. Moonblast is 246. It's a guaranteed KO into Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr will then Mach Punch Primarina because we are faster. And we can take that Mach Punch. Because we have Orbital in, I'm doing Heist. I'm going to be doing Heist as well. I have a line prepared for Heist as well already. So like, yeah. Then, because Orbital is never dead to anything that either of these two do, Meowstic is going to go for Imprison, and Conkeldurr will Mach Punch Primarina. I'm going to go back to Sharpedo, and Sharpedo is still in slot 2, which is baiting Gyarados' bounce to always KO it. Yeah. And the Orbital is going to click Imprison. That's going to fail because there's no Mon in the field with the move that Meowstic has. Meowstic again sees a kill with Thunderbolts, and Gyarados sees a kill with Bounce. So we can go to Excadrill on the Bounce combined with the Thunderbolts. We can take that just fine. In the meantime, we flip turn. And then we just pivot Primarina into Hisuian Electrode. Hisuian Electrode with a Magnet is faster than Gyarados and kills with a Thunderbolts. Imprison is probably the coolest move if you pull it off in a strat. On your end, or on... Are there any mons you have that could learn Imprison? You could have that could learn Imprison? Imprison is a pull... Like, I think this planning around Imprison and just, like, the bait and switching is very cool, though. Definitely. It's why we just kind of do this back and forth. We also rapid spin. So, and we do that into Meowstic to break the sash and then be faster than the Lariat and Rapidash. And because we still have Iron Head, we can almost kill it with Iron Head, and it will kill after a Volt Switch. In the meantime, Meowstic clicks Psychic into a random slot. We are going to once again go to Sharpedo, who can take the Psychic, and because we are faster with Excadrill, we KO before Rapidash can do anything. It doesn't look like we're faster, but we will be at +1. And Meowstic is then once again going to Thunderbolt the Sharpedo slot. In the meantime, Excadrill can just kind of Iron Head, or if Rapid Spin crit, I have Smart Strike written down. And this is kind of where I had an old line for a previous fight where I swapped High Horsepower for Smart Strike. So I do need to check what the exact line would be in that case then. $85. I would go Rapid Spin. Iron Head never kills though. Oh, if Rapid Spin crit, it could kill. That was the issue. Is that a big deal though? Because then, assuming Electrode is in, the reason why is because we need to never show a fake out, but that is something I cannot really dodge the risk on, I think, now. Unless I teach Smart Strike and thus lose High Horsepower anyway on Excadrill. It's the left, it's the left slot. Does that do anything for me? Not particularly. How do I fix this? Because oh, there is a different way to do this. There is a potentially different way to do this, I think. Because instead of doing Volt Switch plus Iron Head, I could just... Wait. I take a Thunderbolt from Meowstic, right? That's always gonna happen. That could be guaranteed return from Perugly if I run Life Orb instead. But I couldn't run Life Orb, there was a reason. I know that I cannot run Life Orb on that guy. That I know I can't. So what is it then that I need to change? Is it just swallow the bitter pill and use that? So I could just Magical Leave there instead, and like then the turn after I still have Helican instead of Sharpedo already. Oh, that take T-Bolt thing is only once I come back in. It's not before that. Yeah, it's not before that. I could just wait a turn, I guess. Yeah, I could just... Yeah, no. I can fix this with a very small change. Here, okay. So this is where we are at. We Volt Switch and we Iron Head. We don't Volt Switch. We just... Magical Leaf plus Iron Head for the kill. Then we Volt Switch in... we don't Volt Switch in Torpedo. Meow, 6 Psychics a random slot. And Hisuian Electrode can take that. If it is a Psychic kill afterwards, fine. Because now we don't pivot Torpedo into Elect, but we Volt Switch Elect to Sharpedo. Excadrill Iron Head. And if these two combine to kill, great, fine. If they don't, I don't Volt Switch here, I just Liquidation plus Iron Head KOs. And like Iron Head KOs and Liquidation is just gonna fail. Oh, did I not update that bit? If you're curious about the deaths, though, they're like in the bottom left. And my past box, I did actually not put that up, though. Or did I? I don't remember. I should probably make that a command, though. Good shout. In this scenario, I would take Thunderbolt and Psychic. Those would never combine to kill. And then I could Volt Switch, and it will never be Thunderbolt, so I can go Torpedo safely. And then the Volt Switch plus the Iron Head could kill, and if it does, so be it. Rapid Spin, Volt Switch. High Horsepower could even be a kill. I could just High Horsepower. Just tell me the worst deaths. Okay, the worst death is pretty simple. Okay, there's a few. I almost wiped to the Discharge double and only got out of it by sacrificing a Rhyhorn. Honestly, that fight is notoriously like difficult in the early game, but still. I was unaware that you're on attempt 6. Yeah, no, I'm very slow. I hate the Discharge double. I think everyone does. It is very snowbally if you don't have enough ground types. I did have enough ground types, and I still almost wiped to it. I think the second one is the first fight with Kofu with Golisopod. Guts Ursulina, it was free. No, I don't doubt that. God damn. My first fight with Kofu with my Golisopod. I don't need ground types if you have all grass types. Fair too, I guess. My first fight with Kofu, I did not pre-damage when I should have. As a result, I had to sack a Mon, just for my own stupidity. Then, like a few fights later, I did it again. And I had to sacrifice another Mon. Like, it was my Zoroark and my Amoonguss, so the sus combo that died from it. The illusion guy and the imposter. But I think the biggest one is when fishing up my Dhelmise. There's one thing you always need to do, and that is you need to be wary of the fact that it has Anchor Shot, and you need to run some Shed Shells. I was not aware of that, so I had to sacrifice my Alolan Executor to capture my Dhelmise. I think I did a trade up, but that one stings the most. Absolutely. Like, without a doubt, that is the one that stings the most. Okay, I am ready. I did already get everyone, right? I did all the prep, I just did the checking. Losing Mons to Wild Mons is just so depressing. I almost fucking wiped to... No, not wipe. Okay, wipe is an overkill, but I definitely was close to losing a couple of mons in trying to catch Yen Mega, and I eventually had to just run because I knew I wouldn't get it. Pre-poison Sawsbuck wins? Oh, for the discharge double. Yeah, I believe that. Sawsbuck being as fast as it is, I believe that. Okay, we need to lead with Melly in slot 1 and Courtney in slot 2. Another masterclass of a fight. I hope to do that, definitely. Okay, pardon me. I'm gonna save. And then we go here. And then it's those two, Psychic Hannah and Battle Girl Sylvia? That's them, right? Yeah, no, it's them. Okay. We're gonna save once again, because I need to make sure that I'm not getting left guide. Melly, Courtney, Amaris, blah blah blah. Levels, correct. Items. Oran, Pixie, Dragonfang, Cherry, None, Magnet. All of those are correct. Then here we go. When you lose to me, don't be too hard on yourself. It's not that you're weak, I'm just too strong. Even at the risk of life, I will win this battle. It's a little too late to do weird voices. Okay, Psychic Hannah and Battle Girl Sylvia went to battle. Meowstick and Conkeldurr. Order is correct. Same on our side. Okay, so we are going to be clicking Volt Switch onto Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr here is going to Mach Punch Courtney. Meowstick is going to Thunderbolt Courtney as well. Both of those see a fast kill into that slot. Melly is free to Volt Switch. Melly is free to Volt Switch. And Berg can take both the Mach Punch and the Thunderbolt. Furthermore, Berg is a Psychic type with Psychic. So Meowstick is going to see like, hey, I can imprison that. First, let's see the damage. Volt Switch here deals like 20-ish%. Just enough so where Lana can come in and show a kill. Or not even show a kill, just gets the kill. Thunderbolts. It could paralyze, it didn't matter. Okay, so Moonblast, KOs Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr knows that, so it's gonna Mach Punch Lana. I'm gonna do this, by the way. In the meantime, Meowstick is gonna see, hey, Psychic, I can imprison that. So, we are gonna go to Courtney on a free imprison, because there's nothing to imprison when I switch in Courtney. And Lana is gonna get targeted by the Conkeldurr, so I'm just safe to switch in Courtney. Okay. Mach Punch, yes. And imprison, perfect. This is exactly what we expected. And now Conkeldurr is down, and Courtney is in at level 79 or 80. This could level it up, it didn't. We don't really care whether or not it did. Baiting Gyarados, always seeing a kill with bounce. It will never see that onto the Primarina though. Could it have? In hindsight, it probably could have. If that Mach Punch was a crit. No, it barely couldn't have. I think I missed that. I didn't. I did check that probably, but it's been a while since I fully prepared this fight. Lana here is gonna go to Melly. Melly can take the moves. Melly is a free switch there. Courtney is gonna get hit by Bounce and by Thunderbolts. Amaris can take both of those. Okay. And here we see Thunderbolt. It didn't affect Amaris. And Bounce. There's technically a chance to miss. You can see, oh, it's 2 turns. No, it's not, because it's holding a Power Herb. So Amaris is hit directly. And Bounce has a chance to paralyze, for which we have a Cherry Berry. Now, Thunderbolt here is a kill on Gyarados. Normally, I need to be afraid of the Imprison, but Melly is faster than Meowstic, so we can Thunderbolt and guarantee a kill on Gyarados, taking that out. In the meantime, Amaris is going to set up a little bit. One of the very few setup moves in Rapid Spin. We're going to break Meowstic's Focus Sash with it, as well as bring ourselves fast enough to take out the following Mon. Meowstic finally gets his Imprison off this turn though, and will block our Thunderbolts. But after we took the kill, and at this point we don't really care that we lose it. Okay, Rapid Spin. No crit, so the whole idea that I had initially I can just kind of ignore. So, Rapidash is the final Mon on the right side of the field, or at least their right side, our left side. And it's a very easy way for us to take it out. We're going to just Volt Switch on the Rapidash, and we're going to Iron Head on the Rapidash. Rapidash has a Focus Sash, so we do need the Volt Switch chip. Melly significantly is faster than Amaris. Actually, it's not really relevant whether or not it is. We're just going to take it out. Volt Switch. And we're going to go back to Courtney on the Psychic or the Nothing. Because the Meowstic is now done with Imprison, so it's just going to Psychic a random slot here. That is after Amaris takes down the Rapidash, and we have one side of the field remaining. Psychic into Amaris. Unfortunate, but not a big deal. Because it now sees a fast go into Courtney again, and we can go back to Melly once more. In the meantime, we can Iron Head the Meowstic. If Rapid Spin does not crit, Iron Head will not crit, cannot kill here even if it were a crit. We need to make sure that this Iron Head on this turn does not kill yet. If it did, however, we had an alternative. Awesome. Thunderbolt. Now it's just free, well played. Yep. From this point forward, squeaky chair, stop with the squeaking. We can Volt Switch on the Meowstic. This is the reason why the fact that we're faster is actually important, because we can Volt Switch out first, and then Iron Head for the kill. Or Volt Switch kills itself. Either way, we don't care. And this Volt Switch is gonna go into... Need to make sure that I go to the right Mon. Back to Courtney. Courtney here will bait in the Perugly with a fast kill using Return. Courtney goes to level 80. At this point, that's fine. We're past the point where we need to be below level 81. Perugly sees a fast kill into Courtney. That gives us a free switch to Raihan. In the meantime, Excadrill can just Iron Head Perugly. Or High Horsepower, we don't really care. Iron Head is enough. And Return does not affect Raihan, he's a Ghost type. Now, Dragon Darts KOs the Perugly. And in the meantime, Amaris needs to go to Melly. Because Melly needs to help out against the Milotic. Dragon Dart's number 1. Dragon Dart number 2. And that is the Perugly down. Now, you said this was free from this point forward. And that is not quite true. Because there is a small chance of things to go awry if we didn't prepare for that. Dragon Darts plus Thunderbolt is the maximum damage we can do into Milotic, but that might not kill. If it doesn't, Milotic could click Muddy Water, and it can get paralyzed as well, sure, whatever. But it could click Muddy Water, reducing our accuracy. Why am I even talking? It just kills. just too strong. What you do, it horrifies me. What? Okay, and back we go. It's getting kind of late. I want to finish my fights. I really want to finish, but there's still like 4 fights I need to do, 3 fights I need to do, and I do want to double check them all. I think if I were to do all of them, it would get past midnight, and then I'm gonna be very hard to wake up in the morning. How am I gonna do this? Okay, I think I have a compromise. I'm gonna continue today until before Tate and Liza, and then on Wednesday afternoon, I will be doing the Tate and Liza fight. Yeah, and then I will be doing the Tate and Liza fight and the fallout of that. I think that's the way I'm gonna do this. Either that, or I need to go like through these like lightning quick. Beaten. Focus. This is just a good old-fashioned damage race. Making this one of the harder fights of this gym, in my opinion. I believe it's not. I believe the first one is technically considered the hardest. I suppose I did also have quite a bit of trouble with that one. But I did not have... I also had quite a bit of trouble with this one. Kathleen and Nicholas. So we're going to be using... Gyarados? Where is my Gyarados? There. I'm going to be using Sneasler. We're going to be using Hisuian Arcanine. We're going to be using Torterra. We're going to be using Torkoal. And we're going to be using Mamoswine. And this entire team can go back to the bench. There we go. Next fight. We are leading with Gyarados. To be honest, all the people saying this or that fight is just hardest just have a bad box for that fight. I mean, yeah, no, that's what it boils down to, right? I'll quickly grab the team over here because I'm not gonna adjust tonight. It's either this works or if I think it doesn't, I'm gonna cut it off. Right? That's really just like the gist of it. I need Candace. I needed Hamilton. And I need Mela. So grab the items. Don't need this one. Don't need that one. Don't need this one. Oranberry saved. Magnet can go back in. And let's change the music again. I always like going to different places for it. I don't have the team for it though, but I do know what I could do instead. I like the surf music here too, so let's do that. Okay. So for this fight, we are going to be leading with Gyarados and Sneasler. Gyarados can take out the Excadrill. Why not put your own Spotify music? I don't have that easily accessible, and there's a bunch of copyrighted shit. I prefer, because I do want to upload these VODs, having copyrighted music on it is probably not a good idea. I could probably make like a stream playlist. I want to do that at some point. I've just been, I don't think lazy is the right word as much as unsure how to handle that. I want to make sure that I use music like that people don't mind being used, and I want to use music that like wouldn't get me in trouble or the artist in trouble or whatever. You can make it so that OBS doesn't upload Spotify to your VODs. Really? Today I learned. Right, no, because you can do that on a different, you can put it on a different, track, of course. No, you're right. No, you're right. I should be aware of that. Or at least, no, I know that, I just forgot about that. I'm not gonna change that to right now, though. I'll just stick with the Emerald music. I don't mind. So, Sneasler is the lead, because Sneasler baits the Acrobatics and baits the Earthquake. Not the Earthquake matters, because we're waterfalling before Earthquake ever hits. And we're gonna go to Torkoal, who baits the Acrobatics, and crucially baits it again. In the meantime, Medicham comes in, because that is what Gyarados baits. And Gyarados is faster, so he will not bait the damage from Medicham. Rather, Torkoal will. Torkoal will protect, take the Acrobatics, takes the CC, and I can then Waterfall Medicham for hefty damage. Crucially, never breaking Focus Sash. Then Torkoal will switch into Torterra. Torterra, crucially, at 82, he will be holding a Agua Berry, because he takes immense damage, but not this much from Acrobatics. And in doing so, he will heal so that the only move that Crobat can do is Acrobatics again. And Cinderace can only use Pyro Ball. Gyarados will never be dead to Zen Headbutt because he will have used 3 moves, so he will be above Zen Headbutt range. Waterfall will kill, and that's the left side done through a bunch of sacrifices and the like. Then, after 4 ticks of that, I'm still not showing a kill with Crobat. Crobat still does not see a kill into Gyarados. He will still go for Torterra. Both of them will, and for that we will be using Hamilton. Hamilton can take an Acrobatics and a Pyro Ball and live decently well. We need him to be at 85, and we will be giving him a Citrus for that. Honestly, looking back, I don't think I have nearly as much trouble with it as I think I do. Now, Crobat itself is always faster than us, and this teammate is no longer there. So he should never click Tailwind anymore. He's just gonna click Acrobatics into a random slot. Crobat, Acros, Hisuian Arcanine, or Dragapult. We're gonna pivot. I had Mamo and Pulse here both. Oh, no, it's Mamo now. This is not... This should also be Mamo. Anyway, both of them can live exactly 1. And then with a Never Melt Ice, Ice Shard will kill the Crobat. This was the Hark uses Rock Slide onto Crobat, which will never kill, but will always do hefty damage. And Ice Shard with the Never Melt Ice at level 85, with that minimum damage Rock Slide, is enough to guarantee a kill into Crobat with Ice Shard. Because it's the left slot, he's always going to take the spread damage amount, not the full damage amount, I believe. If not, that's probably fine, but maybe not. Anyway, we're gonna see either... I'm gonna head out to bed now. Hope you have a good evening. Thank you, have a good night as well, and I'll probably be joining you in the sense that I'm also going to bed soon, at least. Garrett's Memo, Hark to Sneasler, Ice Shard KOs, Ice Shard puts Poison Jab KO both Togekiss and Jinx. The only thing I need to double and triple check is that the spread damage in this scenario will be that the damage against Crowbat will be the spread damage. If that is the case, I know that this fight is safe. If not, I need to like revisit that. So you were streaming Wednesday? What time? Probably around 5 p.m. ish. In the evening, I probably won't have much time because I'll be packing for vacation, or at least start packing for vacation. But around that time, I should have enough time to stream my Tate and Eliza fight. Okay, I wanted to check the run and bugs. That's the one. Spread. If the AI has one Pokemon and it's in the inside slot and uses a spread damage move, that move will do full damage. If the AI has one Pokemon and it's in the right slot, it will always take the reduced damage from the spread move used by the player. Always. Yeah, okay. No, that's all I need to see. I think I should make that. Okay, see you then. Have a good night. Okay, if that's the case, then we should be good. We just need to get the team ready. We are battle ready ourselves. And we are going to be using some candies. We're going to be bringing Misty up to 85. Ingo up to 85. Ramos at 81 is fine. Candace needs to go to 85. Hamilton needs to go to 85. And Mela I have at 74. I have at 75, but I believe it's because I put him at 75 earlier. I think 74 is fine too. $74 is fine too. Yeah, no, it's not relevant that he's only 74. So we're just gonna keep that. We need Ingo in slot 1 and Misty in slot 2. Let's see if we can do this fight too. Probably should be able to. Fight number 2 that we did. Then we need to put this guy here so we can go in this direction. I'm gonna save right here. Okay, double check. Right leads. I did not give items yet. Thank fucking God I checked. Poison Barb on Sneasler. Life Orb on Misty. Not Pixie Plate. Life Orb. Ramos needs... I put Aguav. I always need to check like which berry this is. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. I can just put a wiki because if I get confused, Ramos is not going to do a single thing aside from switching in and switching out. Candace needs to never melt ice. Okay, no, I didn't go past it. Never melt ice. Hamilton needs a citrus, and that's it. Levels all check out. Poison Barb, Life Orb, Wiki, Never Melt Ice, Citrus, none. And there's no like weird Poison Jab is on that. There's Ice Shard. Like I didn't miss anything. Sneasler slot 1, that is correct. Save again because I'm that scared of a guy. Okay, let's go. Let me show you a perfectly awful, horrifying time. Ah, I have a taste of my super Pokemon heart battling power. That is certainly one of the ways of all time to phrase it, I guess. Alright, Crobat and Excadrill are the leads. Ingo and Misty are ours. That is indeed how it should be. We intimidate. The intimidate is not relevant. It's just because we need to use Misty. Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker also is not relevant. Ingo here is dead to acrobatics, especially with that flying gem. To take it, we're gonna go to Mela. Mela would hate to be earthquaked by this Excadrill, who has a ground gem as well. Thankfully, Misty is faster and Waterfall one-shots the Excadrill. For that, we have a Life Orb equipped. Acrobatics will go into Mela now. And that is hefty damage, not enough to kill. Waterfall here does kill the Excadrill. And Misty will take Life Orb Chip. And because the opposing side there is Misty, Mela goes up a level. Congratulations, we don't really care. Well, we prefer to keep him low, but it's not relevant for this fight. Misty baits in the Medicham. Medicham sees a slow kill into Misty, which is why Medicham came in first. But it sees a fast kill into Mela. So we're going to protect, and we're going to Waterfall Medicham. Waterfall will deal hefty damage to Medicham, but Medicham has a Focus Sash, so it will not kill in one shot. We don't want it to anyway. As you can see, Misty is faster. Thunder Punch into Mela does nothing. We're going to once again see Acrobatics. This time we're going to go to Ramos. Ramos will take insane damage from that Acrobatics, but crucially, it will never kill and will always deal at least 75%. Ramos comes in, and before Medicham can do anything to Ramos, Waterfall KOs the Medicham. Acrobatics, as you can see, very, very low, but not enough. With a Wiki Berry, go back to 159. And there goes the Medicham. And that leaves just one Pokemon on that side of the field, which is Cinderace. Now, this entire line was to set up Cinderace to click Pyro Ball on this specific turn. Waterfall from Misty KOs the Cinderace, so we need him to stay a fire type. The way we do that is by luring it with a fast kill. The only way to do that safely was this specific way, because now Ramos is baiting an Acrobatics from the Crobat and a Pyro Ball from the Cinderace. Also, we needed to keep on showing kills for the Crobat, else Crobat could have clicked Tailwind, which is why we had this weird, constantly kill baiting line. Hamilton is squat resistant to fire and resist flying, can take both of the moves that Cinderace and Crobat do, and Waterfall takes out the Cinderace. With all that, we had to use 4 Mons just for that side of the field, but that side of the field is now completely gone, making this a lot safer. Pyro Ball, genuinely one of the best adaptations of the animations in this game, in my opinion. They made that, the idea of Pyro Ball, how it looks in, Unite and modern games. They translated that so well. Awesome. Now, we are finally in a position where where Crobat no longer sees a kill, but it also sees that both of the Mons are slower than all Mons on the field. So, we are safe to click Rock Slide, and because Crobat is in the right slot, it will deal reduced damage as if there was an ally. Misty is going to switch out into Candace. Candace can always take 1 Acrobatics. Double check that I do it correctly. Yes. Okay. And with the Let's see. He's gonna Screech. Oh, that's an option too, of course. Honestly, better. It's like, well, better is not the right choice. Side note, crucially, that Rock Slide, thanks to spread damage, never killed Crobat, because we needed to live for one more turn. We played around our own crit there, basically. Now, Candace has an Ice Shard that will always kill the Crobat, giving us free opportunity to go to Ingo as we go for Ice Shard and kill the Crobat. And we come all the way back to Ingo, because the combination of Ingo and Candace can take out Togekiss and Jinx in the back. Experience all around, because everyone was on the field for that Crobat. Jinx comes in first, because Jinx sees a kill. And Poison Jab plus Ice Shard is a kill on the Jinx. I put Ice Shard and Poison Jab. Is it really Ice Shard into Poison Jab? Yeah, it is. Okay. He might fake out... he's never going to fake out Mamoswine, actually, because Mamoswine doesn't show a kill. And if he does, okay, so what? That just means it takes an extra turn. That fake out is doing pitiful damage anyway. And if Poison Jab poisons... Yeah, this is the reason why we did need the Ice Shard, because Jinx does have a Focus Sash. But like... Okay. Ice Shard, Candace gets a kill for once. Leaving us with just the Togekiss. And Togekiss 2 is just dead to the combination of Ice Shard, which crucially, again, this Togekiss holding an Iapapa Berry, and Ice Shard deals at most on a crit 74.7%, thus never triggering the Iapapa Berry from the Togekiss. Meaning Ingo can finish it off before any shenanigans with that berry. Bye-bye. Awesome. And that is one more fight done. We have one remaining before we go to Tantalizer, and it's these two at the bottom there. I can feel the fatigue. I think I'm fine doing an extra fight on that Wednesday stream. I need to go to bed because I can just feel the fatigue coming in, and I'm saddened to not do only the Tantalizer then. But we made more than enough progress today to be fine with doing a little bit more later this week. And with that, I think it's time to say goodnight to everyone. In the meantime, I'm actually, as always, you have to pay it forward. I feel like that's the right way to do it. I'm gonna check and see who is streaming Run and Bun right now. It's probably gonna be very few people. I see one person here who is going towards Flannery's gym, I believe. But they have quite a lot of viewers. I'm gonna put you guys to... Let's see. I'll put you guys here to Spider-Man 09. Spider-Man 09. Let's raid him. He also appears to be a bit ill, but he just started his stream, so have fun with it. And until next time, see you guys around, and hope to see you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.